straight into the path of the javelin, lucky to get out of there alive.
Life Weaver alert. Wait, where's the Life Weaver? Where the Life Weaver at?
Through the amp matrix goes the railgun shot. And nobody from FMCL has any business peeking out into that sight line.
The Sol game? Oh, students of the game? Really?
With what's left of his life. And FMCL are down to one final push against double DPS ults.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have that great combination that they use on the last
let me open OWCS. Stage 2, main event.
Pushes up because they want to get some of these ultimates out up FMCL early, right? That's the
Oh wait, they're running all of these matches simultaneously? They did it. Did they do that last time as well? How many games happen simultaneously until they start going one by one?
Down to 4, RM80 with Hawk.
Oh my god, my legs are asleep. They feel hard on Lifeweaver. Dude, I'm not kidding. I think Lifeweaver is really strong. Did you see there's a Shanto linked me a tweet of like you remember that Lifeweaver player that I played with? I'm like, wow, this person's really good at Lifeweaver. They hit champ apparently. They hit champ 5. I think Lifeweaver's good. Oh, that's a big stick. Yeah, they don't have any ults. FMCL just lose. Yo, what's up, Vonksy? Champ on Lifeweaver is crazy. As I said, Lifeweaver is good. I think Lifeweaver is like one of those heroes that's underrated. How you doing, Custa? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I started a little late, but that's because I was getting my video out on Clash. So I really wanted to get that video out.
Really low. It's the immortality field used in sound barrier to try and keep him up, so you get the little bit later sound barrier, you get the annihilation, you push them further back.
I had to see the gameplay to believe it. Yeah, it just the hero just does like such an unreasonable amount of healing, and the tree is really strong now. So
once you lose the Sojourn, it kind of seals the deal.
Competitive map, right? We saw the Widow duel.
Tunes of the game just full health Pip on Lifeway out Midtown. Yeah, that's what Beanpot was just saying. That's crazy. Hell yeah. Lifeway will rise up. Yo, what's up, Liz? Oh shit.
We thought it might have been even nastier. There was a beautiful sort of pulse bomb set up.
Oh, actually, I wanted to.
When Hawk gets to play Sigma,
I think Bad Patch immediately is streaming some of the other matches that are happening. Yeah. I can. We can jump over to that in just a second. 1 second. I wanted to.
And I got to say, great DPS on the side of FMCL.
Yeah, buds. You guys are my best buds.
My moan always a threat here. Both teams. Look, really quality backline as well in Lep and Renko, right? I mean, they are going up against the team that dropped them, so I'm sure there's a bit on the line as well. Wobble, motherfucker. But for all that said, all that bluff and bluster, it's a 2-0 scoreline for M80.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about after map 1, I actually, like this FMCL team. I think they actually, have a ton of good players, ton of talent. And I think that, they can keep this, series close. Like, do I think they, I mean, if you played the series 10 times, like they definitely be some outcomes, or they probably end.
Yo, Royal Hedgehog, thank you for the 32 months. How fancy? How's it gonna be? I honestly haven't watched any of the OWCS. This is me tuning in for the first time.
Nails that one right on the Seeker. So that sets up M80 really nicely, right? Up 2-0 in the driver's.
So you guys said Bad Patchy Mario League?
Potentially maybe their best shot in this series that you just took.
On Twitch, right?
You just need to, when you get up in these 2-0 scenarios, just put it away, right? Don't let teams with talent linger around and make it interesting.
Absolutely, the first.
Doesn't want to let that go though. It's gonna be Merit this time, finding the opening kill. Lethal's maybe trying to equalize. Kurt is being contested.
What's this? Citrus Nation versus Toronto Defiant? How the Nation doing? Whoa, Citrus Nation is winning this map so far.
Out walls while his team is falling over. The push still going through. No one from Toronto's died during all that.
Yeah, that's tough there from Citrus Nation. They were able to get the pulse on the Monkey Force.
Any juices? I saw Johnny like yelling about Citrus Nation.
And then the members.
Do you have drops? I don't know. Do I have drops?
So Toronto Defiant is rewarded for this.
Does it say drops on? Is there drops just
the distance? But Citrus
by default? No. Alright, so I don't think I would have OWCS drops. Yeah.
To prevent Toronto from getting the lead.
I think isn't that only on the OW Esports channel? Yeah.
each Citrus Nation prioritizes.
That's how they get people to come and hang out. Oh, sugar-free kills and neutral is huge.
Someone just taking this frontline trade, waiting for the beat to expire.
Oh, Merit fell.
Wow,
they can't punish. That's how they get you, yeah. Not cute enough? Yeah, that's true. They were like, oh, we were going to give you drops, but then you weren't cute enough. So I was like, damn, bro. Down bad.
Take the lead here as we're just over halfway into the 10-minute time bank.
Yeah, that's tough there. Merit is just so dominant on the Soldier and gets a pick immediately. And Jacob's beat just wasn't able to get as much value with only 4 members of his team alive. Toronto Defiant get this payload moving. They themselves have 3 more.
You guys see no BlizzCon? Yeah. We're going to talk about it. Today's going to be a very chill day. I think we're just going to watch a bunch of OWCS. So, wow, sorry, 1 second. We're just going to watch a bunch of the OWCS and talk about some stuff. I'm not surprised, yeah. Everyone's not really surprised by BlizzCon. Obviously, you have Microsoft coming in, but also, like, what are they going to announce? As people, they have had obviously a bad year with the layoffs, and I doubt they have a lot of announcements to really work with. So, like, what are you doing it for? I wouldn't be surprised if BlizzCon becomes a more sporadic thing, or if anything, like, BlizzCon just kind of gets merged into, like, a Microsoft one. I'm having to not have to fork over money, but I will miss my friends. Yeah, that's really the nice thing for BlizzCon, is just getting people together. I'm supposed to do in November, not steal Custa's alcohol. Yeah, see? I can drink my alcohol in peace now. And a lot of us saw it coming as well. Oh my god, how did Jacob live? A lot of us saw it coming as well because, like, we hadn't heard. We were like, is there going to be a World Cup? But, like, if we haven't heard anything, it's mid-April, then there was never going to be a World Cup. D4 expansion, Overwatch World Cup isn't happening this year. Yeah, exactly. Because what's the next WoW expansion? World at War or something like that? When's that expected to come out?
They do not like this monkey. This is gonna be
You could lump small events. Yeah, I think that's what people were saying as well. Like, they'll probably announce some, like, Overwatch stuff at, like, these Microsofts. War Within. It's something to do with, like, war.
Jump out, but Citrus Nation's still finding kills from Paul cheekily in the backline, trying to steal the robot away. Someone continues to jump out as 1 HP, a skill he has somehow mastered over the course of his series, and we are now on Reaper Cassidy. So, it's
World of Warcraft Final Fantasy 14 expansions, yeah.
Tracer, managing these flanks is going to be important.
Expansions for WoW usually come around the end of the year, but yeah, they're also, aren't they? They're kind of like changing up their model of how they're doing expansions, right? Aren't they doing like? I think they're going to like a 1-year model, right? Instead of a 2-year model. 18-month model. Reaper into Winston's pretty good, but then someone just goes Sigma. That could be a problem. You're kind of like, if you're tapped now, you're kind of just like caught in this dead zone. It could go very well though. Whoa. Wow, that was a good disengage by the Defiant. This could be a really bad fight for Defiant here, though. They're just going to rush it, actually. It's going to be fine. Yeah, Overclock's not really going to do anything. Oh, we're engaged with the beat. Three small expansion at 18-month gaps, yeah. So it's like 6 months per, like, it'll be like, I'd say it's like probably like either 6 months per patch.
A single player.
Yeah, and time again, RuPaul's Kitsunes have just been getting so much.
Man, that's how you watch this game. This match is on Bad Patchy Mario League.
This is 132.
All the matches that are being played somewhere. You just gotta find them. I don't know if there's like a resource which tells you exactly where the matches are being played. Is it maybe OWCS, like Twitter, shows which matches are being played where?
In this situation twice now.
Pip vs Sog? Oh really? Alright, let's finish this map and then we'll go to Pip vs Sog. What stream is Pip vs Sog on?
Still pushing. We are still kidnapping the robot. This poor robot. He's getting his exercise today.
BPL2, okay.
Backline from the Citrus Nation that's in trouble. Sugarfree's gonna find one. The Wraith in from Tap. You don't have your ult quite yet, but he's gonna help find Vega. He's running it down onto Merit.
Oh wow. Tap had to use ult for that though. That feels real bad. But I guess the ult's not gonna be that bad.
still alive, looking for RuPaul now. I cannot what's going on, but it's gonna fall down. Jacob's gonna trade for RuPaul. Cart still approaching halfway, a minute left. And Citrus Nation, despite all that, still down.
Yeah, that solo ult onto Merit felt a little personal. Tap does an incredible job there of stalling out the point, getting a couple picks on the Reaper, but unfortunately it's not enough. Unfortunately, his team does lose that team fight. All right, Kirtsune's from both sides, but Toronto Defiant has a couple more ults in the bank to work with.
Ooh, casting the
Embodying every ranked player ever, just counter swap the enemy tank and trust in the matchup. But it's gonna be someone though who does not care about your matchup.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Rock just goes into Zeb's gold, but yeah, not quite there. All in the corner, they are all getting boxed down. 50.
Seeker is also having the game of his life. Seeker goes from being the best player in the world to being like an average player, and it's usually when he's on Sojourn. His Sojourn just like hits different.
Well, at least
Is that Necro casting? No, this is a Necro. I'm not exactly sure who these casters are right now.
They're basically spawn camping, left the bot behind. Who cares? Who cares about objective? And so, really great. Well done there by Toronto.
It's not Necro. It's definitely not Necro. This is a side broadcast.
Which we are all so familiar with in our ranked games. Now, Toronto
Bad Patchy Murray.
3-0 and move on to the semifinals.
Where's BPL 2? You guys said BPL 2, right? Oh, there you go.
Map so far, since the game, they just really haven't been able to find that much.
Where's the Life Weaver? I was promised Life Weaver, chat. Was it the Rack Attack Life Weaver from Rack?
Really, Pip just
Get soggy.
Space, and that's really the only reason.
Why's the game sound so low?
To their name, especially like right now, PGE popping the
Just a Midtown's chat? Yeah, damn.
I mean, yeah, 100% here. Scissors has already gotten rid of Stone, and what we have seen so far, Mustard, is this very almost deliberate back and forth of both teams, kind of draining quite a lot to win the fight. Pirates in Pajamas, though, they're going.
I mean, it does look like a different team this weekend with Pelly and Happy not on ping anymore. Yeah, you know, not being on ping is always going to help.
But there's gonna be a little.
Where are they based out of? Where is it? Where's M80 at? Does anyone know?
From being able to basically tie things up.
Is Luminosity being shredded? I think that match is already over. Luminosity dunked on who is Goldfish, I'm pretty sure.
The game is to just get Pip off the point, and they're trying to, but you know, not really gonna.
What? How did that not get eaten? Hello?
Yeah, kind of force back a little bit. Does force their gold form out, so it's gonna bleed.
They're in North Carolina? Oh god.
A bit of pressure, but nothing quite yet. As the cleanse going to come out on.
Hell yeah, brother! Welcome to North Carolina. Right here, we do our esports. Fucking fish out of water right there.
But we'll be able to unlock this butt scratch, and should, barring some kind of.
I guess they were in Texas. Yeah, I guess they were in Texas historically, right?
Yeah, for Pirates in Pajamas, that was such an.
So it could be worse. They've already had trial by fire.
They had the DPS ults coming up that came up earlier. They used the Kitsune Rush and the Terra Surge, and really
also the cities are not bad. I honestly haven't been in North Carolina. I haven't heard great things. Yeah, what's up, Tasty Hazy?
Play their time.
Even in Custa, I hope you're doing well today. I'm doing well. We're chilling.
Which I think is a pretty, very smart. You have the lead. There's no reason to, push your luck, and yeah, they're just biding their time now.
I mean, yeah, the most important thing to know is that for Pirates in Pajamas, you cannot lose this fight. They will then proceed to push that thing even further and be able to still hold on to this high ground, and it'll become even tougher.
It's probably not as nice as Toronto, where they said they were going to go originally. Yeah. I wonder how they got them visas.
It's going to come down to that overtime as soon as the game. Just want to waste as much time.
Maybe we don't ask questions you don't want the answer to, because that's a pretty quick turnaround for a visa.
They're going to hold on to some of their ultimates to be able to use for the following fight, which would end up being the last fight as well. As it's exactly what I'm saying, Mustard.
Maybe easier because they have visas from Al. It's not really how it works though, especially if you have a different employer. If I was taking a stab at it, it would be more, they're just here for a holiday right now.
And now 30 seconds down the drain, and still nobody's.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, maybe we don't ask. Maybe we don't talk about it.
Clean things up. The beat does end up being used though. Is down to Onion right now, the only one with an ultimate. Someone needs to hit PGE. They eventually will, as Onion gonna be able to stay alive, gonna keep more people up. You do see a lot of people getting desperately low. They need to find more Infected Hope to clear things out. as the last few seconds Mustard, and it is desperation time for Pip.
Damn, this is a close map.
They're trying their hardest to get any footing. Touch comes in from Strider Terror Surge in the 11th hour.
They have a rush. Anyone's coming back with a rush. They can get there.
Blinking around is Stone.
No, they're not going to get that.
Still around Magic Maple for the crucial touch to Sombra as well. Anion has returned with
Oh, Anion's here, but like instantly dies. Oh, PG dies.
Taken out. PG does go down though. Things are not quite over yet for Pirates in Pajamas.
Oh, that was a big virus hit.
Has gone down. Things are still on the scene, but they have to make it back. Unfortunately, gets spinned back away, and unfortunately, not able to make it back to that point after holding the lead for so long in that round.
I mean, Pelly's been on the team for 2 months, yeah. I guess 2 months is sometimes enough to get a visa. No snitches, Jay, is it?
It was a back and forth. It wasn't.
Don't trust North Carolina. My trig teacher was from there. She had the most evil smile. some PTSD right there.
They have the clutch factor. I mean,
remember when Custa got deported? We don't want things like that to happen. Yeah.
Don't do my essays until the night before they're due, and they always come out. They always come out great. Students of the game employing the same.
Is that a Chengdu Hunters jersey? Hell yeah.
Throughout the entire.
You see, it's just to mind you with KSA. No, I've seen that there's been like back and forth whether or not KSA was going to play or not, but I just assumed it had been resolved.
Right now with how I'm seeing their matches so far, and yeah, I mean, just and like you mentioned, if we could maybe take a look at their next match, right? Either Toronto Defiant.
KSA and Admiral are done.
Which
interesting.
Both those teams, honestly, very scary to face up.
Wait, Twist of Mind no longer. We don't have to worry about them. Wait, what happened?
One of the two would have.
So who were their main supports? Because they got mad. Oh well, isn't that just because did Twist of Mind qualify for?
Yeah,
did they finish for the top 8 for EMEA? The main event? I assumed they would have, but.
Updated for you either way. We'll take a look.
So they are. But who are they playing then? They're playing.
So we have our first semifinal in the upper bracket. Meanwhile,
like who's main support for them then?
Of their own, while we wait for the
Sky is gonna play main support.
In FMCL, but already in 2-0 fashion, it's looking like M80 is going to meet Luminosity in those semifinals. But I think a match to
Admiral Collegiate and KSA no longer wants to play.
Down in the
damn.
Bracket between Citrus, Nascent, and Pirates in Pajamas, teams that are really good in their own right. It sucks to see them get 3-0'd, but now that's gonna be a really exciting match. I wonder if it
has to do with them picking up Mag. And they're like, hey, after this stage, we're not playing with you anymore. Like I know if that was my feeling. If they were like, hey, yeah, we want you to close this out, but we're literally getting rid of you at next stage. And you're not going to be playing anything, and we're not going to give you as much scrim time. I would also be like, well, fuck this, I'm out. Like, it's not like you're playing for money and you have contracts as much anymore. Like, just be like, fuck it, I'll just leave.
Have less points than Pirates in Pajamas.
LBB is scrimming, but UB is tanking in matches. What the fuck?
So it's things.
I assume there's probably just like an implosion within the team then.
Make some magic happen in that lower bracket if they want to come back.
How many rounds of matches are happening today? So we got the first round, obviously the round of 8.
Way to land, as I mean, again, this game has just honestly, it's
he's gonna play one map tomorrow, so they'll get enough points to qual. Then he's gone. Wow.
Going into it, I expected a very tight match, and
Kellex truly was the glue. Well, that's one of the big issues when you start signing players. When you start signing players around other people, right? Like.
But that was a really nasty one.
Yeah.
When you start signing players while other players are still expected to play, like it's just like a very demoralizing, right? You know, that happened in Overwatch League from time to time, right? That was today. He's done now. Oh, so KSA's done. Okay. I don't know. Okay, let's have an interesting discussion here. What do you guys think about the format? Because I've seen there's been a bunch of discussion about the OWCS format. Why is Ultraviolet shooting their feet? What do you guys think of the OWCS format now? Because there's been a bunch of discussion on like Reddit talking about how they much prefer the Asian format over the NA and EMEA format. I think there's definitely some valid criticisms that it's just like very difficult to know what's going on, right? Like to understand the format and the system is quite convoluted, and you got to put a surprising amount of time to just be able to track and know what's going on. The Asia map picks, yeah, they have loser map picks, right? And all it's loser map picks plus they can pick any mode, right? The OWCS Asian format is way better. The only thing has changed 4 stages instead of their formats too. Yeah, it'd be something that it's like kind of hard to think about because like I don't know. I wonder if the OWCS format would be better if it really was only 2 stages, but like if you qualify for the Swiss in top 16 in the first stage, then like the second stage is like, how'd you feel about the first stage is like the Swiss and open bracket like it currently is, but then the second stage is just like 16 teams with bigger groups, kind of like how Asia is playing up right now. So it's like, it's an open format for like half of the year. It's White Cheer. Do we want to hear White Cheer?
So,
the Lucio duel. I want to see a 1v1 on the flank.
Match chat was muted, so you guys weren't seeing, but there was a lot of typing that match. A lot of typing.
Oh man, they should unmute that.
Yeah,
we're missing out.
That's what we were saying.
Rob.
That's what we were saying.
I'm gonna talk to some
this
people.
Would be so good. No, you should. I'm not kidding. It would actually, it's so good.
Yeah, we can trust the gamers with match chat, right, guys? There's nothing terrible that could go wrong.
So confident in your gameplay. Not only because you come out there in the interview and you just throw shade on them.
But overall, WDG is way better at their job than Facer. Why is that, Boo? Like, what about WDG is the thing? Other than, you can't say LAN because, you know, WDG just has an advantage because they have all the Korean teams in place and they can do LAN. But outside of that, what do you like more about WDG than Facer?
How people expected us to.
I saw some people say, I saw some highlights of it, Archie, the Avril Co stream.
I'm not worried about any other team besides Toronto. I don't think any other teams are, like, they can't match our team.
Yeah, so I mean, do you think it really is? How much impact do you think that's had being in person, having the players off ping? Is that
let them cuss on the stream? Yeah, I think people should be. Yo, is Jake getting a sleeve?
Favorable for you guys. I think Ultraviolet on the BAP looks.
When did Jake get a tattoo?
Of course, you know I saw even you in this series, right? You're playing some Lucio, some Brig.
That's a big tattoo.
I'm curious, seeing all these different comps come out, maybe more.
Maybe I do remember him getting that. I just forgot about it.
How do you feel the meta's gonna go?
He got a month ago? What? I haven't seen him, chat. They didn't hire me. I'm not there anymore. Way to rub it in, chat. Hey, it's someone else.
Like, not bad for us. I'm trying to think. I think that
Can't text her friends? Dude, you think me and Jake are just hanging out?
5-6 a.m. to play matches is not good. I mean,
We've been meaning to get a lot of the talent on just this squad in LA together, but
I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Like, we're all here. so we're all here, and I mean, it's like we're basically an Overwatch league, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, we definitely have an advantage over that, but it's definitely helped, like, the camaraderie, I'd say. And I mean, I don't know, it just feels like we're an actual team now instead of having 4 scrim blocks.
is this kind of like the Hanzo Dragon?
So
Is that the idea of it?
yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we're all feeling really good. The comp.
It's kind of that's a crazy tattoo.
So I feel very confident.
The confidence during the group stage was, do you think it was really just shaky because 2 players were playing on ping, or did you have...
Yeah, that looks like multiple sessions. Did he go to Korea just for that? Why should he probably went to Korea to do Korean things? Sorry, Boo, let's get on to this. They've constantly acted on feedback and changed rules, time changes, broadcast changes. Avril mentioned on stream that it would be nice if WG also hosted streamers after their stream ends and they started doing it the next day. Yeah. I think they just, like, they're more open and willing to do those kind of things, which is cool. I think Faceit's starting doing the same thing, or and stuff like that. They've been, like, hosting people, but yeah. I agree though. OWCS. I hope they're a lot more open to feedback and changing as well.
The team is vibing. We love to see that. Got to clean up in the background a little bit for next interview, but other than that, 10 out of 10. We love to see it. Liar, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck in the rest of the tournament.
All right, thank you guys.
He's no fun. Yeah, that's true.
Mom vibes coming through. Come on.
Yeah. So you're gonna come through and pick up their...
I'll probably get more tattoos in my life, but I'm like someone who's like, I only want to get like sentimental tattoos, so I really like this tattoo. because it's this is like my wedding tattoo. And Sam and I, and so I got this moon, and Sam got a sun.
Them about their room and like making their bed and stuff.
We've done that
So,
actually off camera.
but like, yeah, I want to. I'll probably get more, but I don't think I'll ever get anything
We need
big.
another serious contender out of it.
Whatever it takes.
The lands are so good for the budget they have, and they didn't skip any game except for the single day till now. Yeah, but Boo, as I said, like that's just because WDG they already have a studio. They've always had a studio. That's why they did lands even during Overwatch League, just like randomly. Like that's something that's unrealistic for NA. I think it's also all the Korean players are usually based around Seoul and can get there. That's not true in America, right? So we can't get people to LAN. Like we all agree, having players play on LAN is dramatically better than not playing on LAN. What do you think about getting? Yeah, my only tip for you, Liz, is just like really, I think people who get tattoos on a whim is a little silly. You should really just like research and find a really good artist who you know can do what you want, and they're like locked in. The number of people who get bad tattoos and they're like, yeah, they didn't do what I wanted. I'm like, well, how did you get it? And they're like, I just walked into a store and asked for it. And it's like, well, that was bad. It's like you're putting something permanently on your body and you're going to just do it on a whim with some random tattoo artist that you have no context of who they are. Yeah, but they still haven't missed game broadcasts where Faces has been skipping so many. 3 matches happening right now, only 1 being on broadcast. But that's also an issue with just how many teams... Like, so I guess my question then, Boo, is would you rather it not be as open circuit and restrict the number of teams? Like limit the number of teams that are playing, because like the reason that it works for Korea, and I think something that people like about Korea is like they have 8 teams, right, that play a lot. So, and like that's how the format was, right? Let's go and look at the Asia format. Right, so the way they did it, right, is they only have well like 9 teams. Yeah, they have 9 teams that just played each other a lot, right? And they had this thing, would you prefer something like this where we find a way to limit the number of NA teams and EMEA teams down to like 9 or like 16 and then just play more matches between those teams? There are regions WDG is covering. Yes, but WDG I don't think, does WDG run the Pacific and the Japan events as well? Because they kind of run independently of each other, right? But yeah, like they also have these stages been going on for way longer, right? So they've also been going since like February. So it's like they've been going over a longer period of time. I think it's the idea that they just have like longer stages, so which makes it okay, I guess, right? Like, would you? So that's the question. Like, would you rather just have longer stages, closed circuits, longer stages, so that you see more of the same teams play, so you can follow storylines better? Because I think something that is a little off-putting for the NA and EMEA is that just it kind of feels like the Wild West. There's no like consistency. There's very few teams that you really like get to follow their storylines. Like in NA and EMEA, there's like 8 teams that you're really following the storylines for. Like the open circuit is cool, but it just feels like it's just made it a little bit complex. Mind you, this is also while WDG does VCT challenges and LCK. Yeah, like as I said, WDG is great, but I think trying to compare NA and EMEA to what WDG Korea has with WDG is unrealistic. It's just the value that they have of all being based in an area, and they can do lands, they can do that kind of stuff. They're set up to succeed. While Face It does a lot of other things as well, right? But the Face It studio that they have there is only for LA, but players aren't in LA, right? Like it'd be awesome if we had everyone in LA, right? And we could compete like that kind of stuff, but that's just never going to happen, right? Like realistically, we just don't have enough money. That's the big thing that people are starting to realize. Like that's why Goomba retired, right? Like a lot of people were kind of, let's fill out OWCS in 2024 and see if there's going to be money, if there's going to be interest. But there's been a severe lack of, especially because there isn't any interest from endemic organizations, right? How many endemic organizations do we have? Like, there's been a couple of Saudi ones, Crazy Raccoons, and M80. Like there's no money coming in, so it's like everything's just kind of on a budget. So I really dislike that there's different formats. It's confusing to me. Yeah, I think that's a big problem as well. Is like all the formats across the board are just very different, other than NA and EMEA, which are pretty much run simultaneously. I want less teams, more games. Yeah, I think we're kind of at a point where everyone's like, hey, it's cool to have these open Swiss formats so that it's like anyone can compete and anyone can try. But the problem is the viewer. That's good for teams and players who want to just like play and have fun and compete. But it's really bad as a viewing experience and a cohesive like product. Budget, but WSG still pay for all the team flights, stay, and visas for the Korean LAN? Wait, really? I didn't know that. Like, they're flying out all the teams? That's cool. No, the Aussie players, and it's only 6 per team. How many teams is that? Are they flying out like for, this is for the entire Asia thing, right? Did I close the tab? No. Is this for the main event? Is this what you're talking? So for this like event? Like rising up, yeah. Because Avril went there, right? Avril's in this area, WDG Esports studio. Hey, it's cool that they're able to do it. Good old honeypot. I didn't realize Toronto played that game and I missed it. Hey, it's okay. Toronto won. Yeah, like you know, I can speak from experience as like someone who is like I just haven't been invested in OWCS. You know, obviously OW Esports, like I've been a big part of in the past, but if I'm being honest, like OWCS just hasn't really piqued my interest, like overall. And that's why I've just been putting other things. That's why I haven't been co-streaming it a lot and putting a lot of time into it. It's just like I just haven't really cared. Like obviously I'm putting work in when I get called in and I'm like doing the stuff, and I know NA and EMEA pretty well, but like I haven't followed OWCS Asia really at all. Yo, what's up, man? You ready to watch the Lakers tonight? Woohoo, Lakers, let's go, baby. Can't wait for them to fucking blow it and get swept. Who's been the best OWCS team? In each region, it's like Toronto is the best in NA. In EU, it's been kind of back and forth. It's been like, you know, like SSG and ENTS and that whole squad. And then in Korea, it's been like the Crazy Raccoon squad and what's the other squad called? Crazy Raccoon and Team Falcons. I just like the two best. FTG is pretty good as well. I've not had a huge interest. Yeah, it's just like, and it's just realistic, right? Like, it's just hard to be invested. And honestly, Overwatch Esports kind of is going back into a world where it's kind of grassroots, right? Like, it's just, there's not a lot of money in it. There's not going to be a lot of interest. It'll continue to run, but it's just not going to be as big as it ever was. We're on break, so I have to go now. Bye, man. Yeah, SSG seem like they're the top of EU right now. NA/EU Overwatch, I never have. They play Rush too much, so I hate them all, yeah. We won't be VCT. Oh no, we're never going to be VCT. Like our game just isn't big enough for VCT and isn't competitive enough, right? Like Overwatch Esports has always been kind of an interesting spot because Overwatch League kind of like propped it up to this ridiculous level. But I completely understand and agree where people are coming from. Obviously, I love Overwatch Esports, but like it's a hard game to watch, and if you're not super into it. Even if you are into Overwatch, that doesn't mean that the transition for people who play Overwatch, who are interested in Overwatch Esports, is quite low. And then on top of that, Overwatch went through a pretty dark, down period as well. And if you don't understand Overwatch, it's very difficult to watch, right? Like one thing that Valorant really has going for it is actually pretty easy to watch. If you don't understand OW Esports, if you don't understand Valorant, it can be easier to understand. Same thing with CS, right? It's pretty easy to get the general gist of it. There's 5v5. You get shot, you die. One team's trying to plant a bomb. The other team's trying to stop them from planting a bomb. It's very simple concepts. Obviously, there's a lot of nuance. There's ultimates, there's abilities, blah, blah, blah. But like, that's a simple concept. While with Overwatch, it's like, well, this map, they have to push the bot. The other team's trying to push the bot the other way as well. In this one, there's a point in the middle. There's 3 rounds, though. Once they get it to 100%, they reset. Plus, this is hybrid. This one, they got to capture a point, and then they got to push the cart all the way to the end. Like, it's just a lot more complex. I think it runs into the same issue that a lot of MOBAs run into, like League of Legends and Dota and that kind of stuff, where it's like, I don't really understand what's going on, right? Like, even when I used to play Dota 2 and I watched League of Legends, I'm like, I'm kind of lost. Like, I understand how MOBAs play. I'm lost.
No. But they're a feel good story. So maybe. I mean, this is too close to call, no? For me, Citrus Nation, Pip, these teams are very similar level. I don't think this is...
I would say Pip are better.
I don't know how people watch CS/Value get bored with the same scenario over and over with a couple few maps as well. Well, that's kind of like sports, right? Sports is the same thing over and over again, but it's about the nuance of it, right? Yo, Custa, I love your new... Wait, did you like my new content? Have you guys watched my YouTube video? What did you think of it? Because I really want to do more content like that. 10 to 20 minute content pieces talking about it. Obviously, I'm going to do one on the tank experience. I'm trying to keep it compact and not too long because I feel like you'll just lose people. Like, obviously, I could talk about it for an hour, but I want to really narrow it down to a short amount of time. You got a YouTube video? Yeah, I uploaded my my Clash YouTube video.
But I'm not doubting them. I just think Citrus Nation, maybe I'm also a believer in the nation of Citrus.
Yeah, I mean, look, Citrus Nation...
Yeah, it's just gameplay in the back, And
that's something they got going for them. They're not...
Well, I gotta watch the Overwatch stream, but just wanted to say hi. Yo, what's up, Platinum Rock? Cuss, I found you a tattoo. Ooh. The entire reason Riot decided to copy CS is because it's one of the easiest esports to watch. Exactly, right? Like, and then they just made it their own, right? And I like watching Valorant, like, aw, cutie. I don't have a corgi. It would be weird to get a corgi tattoo, but not have a corgi or ever had a corgi. Just a corgi enthusiast.
Innovations also have their own strategies, come to a certain map and they've got something prepared for you. Could be where a team
Perfect watch on the shader. Bro, that's me too, right? I love videos like that kind of length.
Especially your DPS to shut down.
Valorant is boring as fuck. Hey, Valorant's not for everyone, right?
Tracer hit scan. That's like leaving a lot of the map open for your DPS to carry the game. And so if Pip does want to run some alternative strategies, if they do want to play ball, they're going to have to contend with Lethal and Tap, who I think are probably the strongest players on Citrus Nation, at least the scariest duo, at least if you were to pick a role. And so for me, this match is too close to call. I think the community has gone solidly in favor of
Valorant live events, bang, yeah. Valorant's very fun to watch because there's the thing that Valorant does better than Overwatch, I think, from a viewing experience as well. Watching Overwatch is exhausting, right? It's just at a constant high, right? The thing that Valorant does really well is it's very like rise and falls. It has some crazy peaks, has some crazy falls. Like you can like relax, you can chill for the most part, but then there are really hype moments. Like Valorant, the formula for Valorant and CS is very good, and there's a reason why they're very popular games that have lived through the test of time. I agree with you guys that it can be very slow and boring. Like I'm the kind of guy, as I said, I like watching Valorant. I very rarely finish a map of Valorant. I will watch it. I like having Valorant on in the background. I'll put it on the TV, but then I'll probably just be browsing my phone, and I'll like watch some rounds. I'll finish the map, and I'll be like, I don't really know who won and stuff like that. But I do the same thing with League of Legends. Like unless I'm invested in the game because it's a big game or I care about it or I'm watching for a reason, like I just kind of like zone out.
The BAP and the CAS
Valorant helps me sleep. Yeah, I have a bunch of things. Like, Dota used to make me fall asleep. Dota and League, if I ever want to fall asleep, I will watch them. Because I have never made it out of laning phase in either of those games. I watch, and I will be asleep in 10 minutes. The laning phase just puts me to sleep. Couldn't tell you why, but it does.
And there's only so much we know, of course, about both teams as well, since they previously played in their groups. Not every group has the same strength, right? So not every team has been pushed to their limits and was forced to show.
You speak the truth. I am the truth speaker. It's best sleep aid. It's like counting sheep. Yeah. I also, right now, if I don't want to watch something, I listen to Worlds Beyond Number, and it's just like a podcast. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, and literally I've been stuck on the same like 10 minutes for the last like 3 weeks, because as soon as I start listening, I'll fall asleep. I just listen, I close my eyes, and then I'll fall asleep, and I'll be like, I don't remember where we finished. So I just go back and listen to the same thing, and then I fall asleep. League is fun to watch, but they just have like 5-10 min breaks mid-match. Well, I think a big problem with Valorant, a big problem I have with Valorant and League is that there's just too many breaks between maps/matches. Like Valorant, I think VCT is a big offender of this, and personally, I'm surprised that they're still doing it this far into the league, but I think their breaks are just way too long. Between maps and matches, they need to tighten that shit up, because like there's a reason I don't watch match days and I only watch highlights, is because, man, I don't want to see, like, you know, I love all the people on the desk, but I don't want to watch a desk for 30 minutes. Like, it's insightful, but like that's not why I'm watching the content for a lot of the time. And I think that's something that like OWCS got a lot, well, Overwatch League last year got a lot better at. Like, we were very streamlined of like, we're going as fast as we can. Broadcast isn't holding anything up. We are literally just waiting on the players, and maybe that's what's happening in VCT, and it just takes a long time to set up and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll have the same problem, and they got better as the time went on, right? They used to have so many breaks. They used to have halftime. Remember, we used to have half times in the middle of matches where they would go to the desk and the desk would talk for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then they eventually, when I was there, like they cut that we were doing that in 2020. And then in 2021, they're like, yeah, we're getting rid of that. It's just like players are just going to, if they need to go to the bathroom, they're going to do it quicker. And we're just going to get in a match, because I think we're just losing too many viewers in those breaks. Yeah, like the halftimes were funny, right? Like obviously it's fun to do, but it's just like, there's nothing of value really being added. So if you're there for the whole product, then you enjoyed it. But as I said, just like me with Valorant and other people, I'm not there for the entertainment or like all those kind of like narratives and storylines. I'm there to watch the match, right? How's the viewership on this stuff right now? We got 4.2k on YouTube. But that's to be expected, because drops are on Twitch. So we got 40k on Twitch, but that's always inflated by drops. Yeah, 40k on Twitch. We take those. As I think it's pretty inflated by... I think the biggest thing is it's very inflated by drops. So it's cool to have that viewership, obviously, and there's obviously desire there, but people are just here for the drops, right? What's up, chat? Just came from today's Drop Farm main broadcast. I had to come to the real stream over here. So yeah, hell yeah. The difference between Thursday, Friday viewership and Sunday viewership is huge. Yeah. Well, it's also like on Sunday, right? That's the finals. So. And, you know, people don't have jobs. Yo, what's up, Ariel? Do Overwatch is real? Yeah. Well, it's always going to happen in the first round with the seeding. I wonder if the future of esports is having multiple streams going at once instead of long breaks. I don't think so.
Yeah, it'll
I don't think so. I think it's just this is a risk of the formatting. I just don't think you should have this many matches. I think right now OWCS has too much of a quantity of matches, but not enough quality matches. You know what I mean? You can make your complaints about Overwatch League, but there are a lot of quality matches that happened every weekend that were worth tuning into. Well, I think one of the big problems with OWCS is there aren't, right? There's too many games that are just like, you know, like NA, right? Like Toronto Defiant. The best team, you're not watching the best teams face off against each other enough. You're watching the best teams beat up on lower teams. And like the best teams only play a handful of times throughout an entire stage. So they need to find a way to get the best teams to play more often.
And it was like, oh my god, I forgot that match like even had, like, it was like I needed 45 minutes to just kind of process.
Do they take that? No, I see the yo. I still don't see pasta. I don't know why the world is going up against me. This is gonna be a good game, by the way. Pip versus Citrus Nation. So let's lock in for this one, chat. Alright, both teams playing Cass. Onion on the Kiriko instead of the BAP though. I like the Kiriko here. I think the BAP can get more AoE value, but I think the rush is just so much better than the window, and you can get the rush pretty quick. It's hard balancing the grassroots and nature. Yeah, honestly, it's funny because it's actually very similar to what happens in Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2. Like, the problem with Overwatch Esports right now is people are comparing it to what it once was. And that's OWCS is just never going to live up to that, right? They don't have anywhere near as much money. They don't have anywhere near as much, like, time or, like, you know, just resources, right? So it's kind of hard because it's always just going to be worse than what it once was. Just charge Pip $20 million. Problem solved. Yeah. That's like, it's the same problem with Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2, right? People are like upset with Overwatch 2 because like they have to pay so much for skins and stuff like that. And that's standard, but but it's like, because we used to get so many skins in Overwatch 1 for free, it just kind of feels bad. I support the Kira and everyone but Landon. Dude, Landon Babbage is fucking nasty, man. Be right back, 1 second. There's a slice of pizza with my name on it that I'm going to grab.
You get the spear spin, you get right up in it and just, you know, push people out of it. Is Chronic here getting a speed boost over to the side? Is this will be double Deadeye?
So awkward. And look at, again, cycle now to a Deadeye sound barrier for this fight. And you're going to be in good shape. You build up the pulse bomb. Strider's halfway to another Terror Surge. This is about as good as it's going to get for opportunities for
Chicago best pizza, best pizza. This isn't good pizza. This is Trader Joe's pizza that we threw in the oven. We got it for the first time, but this is leftover from that. So, but it's good to have, right? Like, getting a good frozen Trader Joe's pizza is something you can just whack in the oven whenever you're just not wanting to cook is good. Yeah, it is horrible for the price. Do you bring enough for the class? No. I brought enough for me. Even then, it's probably not enough for me. Costco pizza works great. My problem with Costco pizza is really oily. Every time I get it, it's just like dripping in oil. Like, it's very affordable, as you said, but I would prefer dry pizza than really oily pizza. The oil gives it its flavor.
Even though you end up losing that fight, look at all the assets for Citrus Nation to invest into it in terms of ultimates, right? Matrix comes out, you have Terror Surge, you know, to kind of like group those.
Well, you're wrong. Well, we can agree to disagree, or you can just call me a fucking idiot. One of those two things can happen.
They can just run past the Matrix. They just ignore the Batista ult here. Let's see if that's how it plays out. I mean, the Terror Surge, just for catch potential, seems to be far more powerful than anything else.
You're almost waiting for them to drop the Matrix, right? So then you can go.
They do. They drop it. Strider's not able to get away, though. They do find it.
Strider just gets rinsed by the window. Good window. I think Pip had that rush going into that fight, right? I think they were a little... Oh, nice spear. I think they were a little slow with that rush. They need to play faster.
Just took a lot of damage on the way in, right? You know, just to
you know what else you're wrong about, Custa? Your bread. What bread?
From Citrus Nation, like not to use that.
Agendo, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. But you're coming in very hostile right now.
Such a weird position, not able to do anything after that.
Pirates, though, now have been able to build that second wave for the second time. Ultimate wise up. Here's the surge. They don't have lethal create.
High Noon beat. Giving up the point there. That's a pretty good disengage. They still need to pop this rush. If I'm Pip, I want to see them go faster. The rush needs to go now. Like, why are they holding on to this rush for so long? They used everything else before they did it. Like, I guess they're going to be in a good spot, but I feel like they gave themselves way too many windows to be at a disadvantage in that fight. They could have just ended that by dropping all their ultimates earlier. But I don't know why they didn't. I'm sorry, I'm just messing with you, Shanta. People complain about pineapple on pizza, but I know someone who eats pizza with ketchup. That's pretty gross. Ketchup doesn't, like, just use marinara. Pineapple on pizza is so weird. I love pineapple on pizza. It's like a nice little sweetness. Gets through the oil. You gonna get in that?
They force a lot of key cooldowns, and then they cycle their ultimates in twos. So first it was a Kitsune rush with a Terror Surge. Then it was Magic Maple.
Ketchup can fix some low quality pizza. I just don't know how it could ever elevate pizza. There's no way you can tell me that ketchup's ever going to elevate pizza. Even bad pizza. Ketchup on pizza after a night out is good? Dude, there's way too many people advocating for this. Ever tried burrata on pizza? Yes. And but like burrata's burrata. You can put burrata on anything. Any carb with burrata goes fucking crazy. Bread, pasta, dough with pizza, it just goes crazy. Burrata's just the goat. Maybe their ketchup isn't sugary. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's just like actual good ketchup. Burrata's the goat. Yeah, burrata's just very nice. All right, who's gonna die first? What's up, Twitchy? Oh, Lethal gets Cronk. Chronic. I prefer to call him Cronk. Chronic is now called Cronk in my eyes. Wrong lever! I feel bad for some of these people. If they put ketchup on pizza, they might not know what flavor it is. Bro, that was me. Honestly, that was me before I met Sab. I had my eyes opened like 6 years ago. Bro, I used to like IHOP. I was a chronic IHOP enjoyer. I didn't know what flavor was. I used to. So, fun fact: back in 2016, I obviously I didn't have a lot of money when I was trying to go pro in Overwatch. So I was living on a mattress on the floor, and we used to go to Walmart, and you can get like these $10 chunks of Walmart ham that you could just cut up. Man, dude, the number of Walmart ham that I'm pretty sure is just not ham or any form of meat. The amount of that I ate, it was a lot. And our main meal was you'd get a bagel, you put ham on it, and then you'd scramble eggs, and you'd just have bagel, ham, and scrambled eggs. That was my diet when I was trying to become pro. You know, those are the sacrifices I made to save money. I have no idea what IHOP is. It's like Denny's, but worse. Well, no, it's the same as Denny's.
It's kind of how it is on OWCS, right? Same type of like map design where, see now Chronic with an overclock, maybe you can get some use out of this.
Drunken IHOP. Yeah, okay. Okay, as I said, there is a time and place for IHOP, right? Like, I like IHOP still. You know, but I know what I'm signing up for when I go to IHOP, right? You don't go to IHOP for the flavor. You go to IHOP because it just gives you a fucking shit ton of food. It has bottomless coffee. IHOP on that dick. Oh my god. Later beat by Maple. This is kind of just a chaotic fight. They're gonna rip the overclock? I feel like if Cronk, sorry, had ripped the overclock, there was a world in which they turned that. Especially because they had the sound barrier advantage. I don't know, it feels like Pip are just very hesitant to use their ultimates. I got IHOP for the atmosphere, for the thrill and the adventure. I've seen some interesting people at the IHOP that I used to go to. Because it was the one in like Venice. Man. There's some wacky people that come through there. I've done my fair share of 3 a.m. IHOP runs because that's when I was degenerate as well. I was living alone. I had expendable income at that point. There were a surprising number of 3 a.m. IHOP runs, and it was like people watching. You got like people who are just fucking high out of their minds. You got people who are drunk out of their mind. You got fucking like homeless people like walking in. You got one server to serve the 5 people, like the 5 tables, and they're just like overrun. You got people speaking way too loudly. You got people playing music off of their phones in the IHOP. I'm just out here trying to eat my chicken wrap, bro. People look at you the same way. Yeah, like they're like, why is it? What is this person doing here? Who's this 20-year-old who's just sitting alone in an IHOP? What's their story? If they can get Staggers here, this is huge. They should go to spawn. Yeah. Find the Tracer now as well. Force the Tracer out. Oh, they got him. Yeah, that's huge. Sadly eating a chicken out. Yeah. They don't know I'm a pro gamer, yeah. They don't know I'm super important. Ooh. Whoa. I don't really love what was attempted here. Like, I like the hide, but then they didn't get anything for it. The javelins are going wide. Yeah, what are we stalling out here for? I feel like neither of these teams are very proactive. Like, both teams are just kind of content with chilling. Well, that's a very early peep by Maple. And they didn't really go for the punish on Maple's dead. Yeah, I don't really love that sound barrier. This should just be free for Citrus Nation. Yeah, especially with that going wide. Unless Chronic goes crazy. Pull the lever, Kronk! Chronic's dead. Anybody, you want to go out? See you sort of lingering around. How you doing, Bo? Bo got scratched today. I think Aya might have scratched him on the nose. Yo, what's up, Kenobi? Poor boy, yeah. Did you deserve it, buddy? He just looks a little sad about it.
Yeah, that Cassidy is filthy when inside of that rush, as you're able to just pop the shots off rather quickly. As man, I feel like Pirates in Pajamas had an opportunity to take that second round, where Citrus Nation got to battle themselves, back into this game, right? Tied up. We go to one more point.
All right, 1-1. We got a game going here.
And I think, as we move to this final point, right, do we see, both teams continue to play the Orisa-based comps? We've seen teams go to Sigma on this point.
The Chinist? Overwatch enthusiast? Hello?
That Lucio and the Korea, whether it be with the Cassidy or the Sojourn.
Powerful choice here. Again, the Baptiste been preferred for some squads, but with how Pirates in Pajamas have been surrounding and coming from odd angles, it's actually been hard to get the Immortality field in the right place. Often they get forced off of it entirely.
I feel like it becomes boring when teams 3-0. Yeah, anytime there's like matches on one side, they just lose a lot of interest. So it looks like we got a banger here though, which is nice. And that's why elimination matches and like as you go further into the tournament, the matches get better.
Will be a Sojourn Mirror as they've switched off Cass.
First pick is going to be massive here, right?
Well, I gotta admit, no China in the OWCS has lowered my motivation. Yeah, have they said anything about like Esports World Cup of like how they're determining which Chinese team is going to be invited? Or are they just like team from China? Choose your champion. It's the spark. Is it just the spark?
What's the implication of that? We'll see if it ends up being a factor. Lethal eventually just get picked off, so they've had to peer in from the outside.
They're invited to the call, yeah, so that's fine.
Zone drop to the point there. That's a Suzu. Things getting a little bit dicey there for Zeb, but Strider's been taken down almost in Orisa.
Orisa trade. They might get rushes here. If neutral gets it, ooh, nice stick. Oh, no Suzu. Yeah, now it's over. Just speaking to Spark / Billy, yeah. Does Spark have any interest of coming back to the, or at least like Billy? Do they have any interest of coming back to Overwatch Esports? You heard that there'll be no BlizzCon? Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. It makes sense. Like there's nothing that Blizzard have to announce Like the only like R&D game that they had coming out was the survival game, which got axed. So there's no point in them running a BlizzCon. And yeah, BlizzCons are expensive. And I'll be honest, the last BlizzCon that happened, I don't know, it just didn't have the same magic. It didn't have what it once have, and I don't know how you bring that back, but yeah, like I'd imagine them just sort of like bundling in with Microsoft stuff.
Do you consider using the overclock here? But
they do. I'd imagine they go the BLG brand name. Yeah, yeah, 100%. I think like the Hangzhou Spark as a brand is dead for them. You're better off putting it with other things. Maybe you're just not young and optimistic. That's true. Maybe it was me. It's a lot of hard work and winning back trust over many years. Yeah. I feel like Blizzard is doing that. Like, you know, I think Overwatch 2 is in a better spot. I think now that Bobby's out, everything's going better. World of Warcraft will be interesting to see because, like, World of Warcraft's going in a new direction. We'll see how Diablo 4, the new, we'll see how the Diablo 4, like, reboot goes because they're doing, like, a big patch coming soon, right? Like, the Season 4 patch sounds like it's going to be pretty interesting. So, it'll be interesting to see how all the games do. How does OWCS work? That is a loaded question. We're watching NA right now. EMEA run early this morning. We're in the round of 8 right now. DreamHack Dallas is in a month. So that'll be the big tournament where they bring everyone together. That's what you should look out for. But right now, we're just watching the North American teams try and qualify. D4 devs just fucked themselves again last interview though. Really? What did they do? I haven't really been paying attention to it too closely, but they've been doing a lot of like transparent conversations and stuff like that and like fireside chats. And it's, you know, they're going to fuck it up eventually. Forcing it could have been disastrous. Yeah, 100%. They're like, we're keeping up cosmetic prices low, but now we can ramp it to 11. And it's like, wrong time, wrong place. Yeah. It's like one of those things is like, did you need to say that you can ramp up the prices? And even saying prices are low for cosmetics is like, you know, you're going to think. But like, in fact, essentially what they're saying isn't wrong, but yeah. I think they'll blow up with the expansion. I'm excited to try the new expansion, honestly. I'm really excited to try the new stuff. All the changes look interesting and good. Will there be an Overwatch World Cup from no BlizzCon? No. The assumption is that there's not going to be World Cup, especially considering we haven't heard anything about World Cup, right? Oh. Hey, if there was going to be an Overwatch World Cup, we would have heard something about it by now. Oh, no touch. Citrus Nation. Damn, okay. You're right. No, my Pip. Hey, it'll be a close series. We're gonna go back and forth. How you doing, bud? Hi, Bo. Say hi to Liz. What the hell? Uber was on VCT yesterday. Yeah, Mitch has been Mitch is grinding right now.
Samoa, they looked very uncomfortable and I'm unable to get themselves set up. But here's a very different story. This is a great situation, right? Where like the immortality field is in an awkward spot. You've got to play out in the open under it. So even after it's gone, you're in a terrible position. This is where the rush from Pirates of Pajamas looked its best. But it's all, yeah,
that's not really Overwatch World Cup because it's not people representing their countries, but the Esports World Cup is happening in Saudi Arabia in they actually haven't even given a date, but yeah. Esports World Cup will be happening. So that's kind of expected to fill in the gap between stage 1 and stage 2 of OWCS. Sorry, stage 2 and stage 3. So after DreamHack Dallas, I believe Esports World Cup will be happening, but You know, obviously that's kind of an interesting thing because like Overwatch World Cup was about inclusivity. And I don't know if that's really going to be the point of the Esports World Cup.
Kind of used to these big 3-0 results, especially at the start of group stages, at the start of our main event, right? It's where you have an imbalance based on seeding, right? But now we move to the lower bracket.
Like, it'll be a cool event if you look at it just as like an esports event, but there's obviously a lot of context going on behind the scenes. And honestly, I'm just interested to see how Esports World Cup goes over because right now, like, there hasn't been as much pushback on the Esports World Cup as I expected. You know, it feels like people are kind of just like, well, this is our lives now because, you know, esports is in such a hole and this is the only thing really injecting anything into it. So it's kind of feels like a beggars can't be choosers kind of situation for esports, but it's just, it doesn't feel good. I feel like there's a lot of people who just can't because their job's like, yeah, like I'm not going to look down at anybody who decides to take work or who, if you want to compete, if you're an esports org and you want to compete there, not for the money, but just because it's one of the biggest competitions. Like if you're an esports team, right? Like you can't really say like, hey, we don't want you competing under our banner in that team. And then there's like, if you're an Overwatch player, this is the biggest tournament of the year. Like I'm not going to judge you for going to play and compete in it because, you know, what the alternative is just not compete in the biggest tournament and not make the biggest bag or like the money that you can do it. Same thing for esports talent, right? Like for a lot of esports talent, this is going to be one of the biggest gigs that you're going to get, especially for smaller esports, right? Like if you're League of Legends, right? It's not really a big deal, right? You can get away with not doing it. But if you're, you know, Rocket League, I know that scene's been sort of getting shaken a lot. Like it's kind of hard to do it, so. Just a little bit. We're not really raging about it. Who are we cheering for? We're cheering. I want this. I hope that everyone is competitive. I hope Pip brings this back a bit. Your rent doesn't have morals. Yeah. I'm hoping Orgs take Saudi money and then eventually fails in 2 to 4 years. Yeah. A little bit of bitching as a treat. Exactly right. Just me, whatevs. Think of the 4 months. The only major esport not being included is VCT, and I imagine that's because Riot didn't want to risk a controversy. Well, I actually don't even think it's controversy. I don't know if, realistically, Valorant can fit it in their schedule. And I don't think they need to fit it in their schedule either. Like, VCT already has, like, huge scheduling constraints across the world, so it's like, I just don't think they can, like, find time to, like, get the best teams to go. And if they can't get the best teams to go, it's probably not worth it. Because, like, Valorant you'd assume, take a big chunk of the prize pool. To be grateful, at least someone is investing in esports, yeah. I just think it needs to be done right, you know? As I said, I'm not going to blame anyone for taking the money and going and competing in it. But I will judge you depending on how you do it. If that makes sense. Spicy Unagi, thank you for the 2 months. Got a gifted from month 1. I'ma stay. Yo, thank you very much, Spicy Unagi. Thank you very much for the 2 months. They would have to fit it in the schedule beforehand. Yeah, like literally like Overwatch. Like I think OWCS, like when we looked at it, there was that huge 2-month break in the middle. And we were like, why is there such a huge break in the middle? We assumed there was going to be something. I thought maybe it would be World Cup, but it makes sense that it's Esports World Cup. So Overwatch was probably built around it.
Let's see what Citrus Nation are thinking, especially as they spot this Winston on a brick comp.
Yeah, I'm not judging anyone taking the bag. I'm not in a position where I want to take a stance. So good luck, Custa. Yeah, I appreciate that. As I said, I just, you know, I think people in the community need to be careful because I think a lot of people like to take a stance and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's great to, you know, like speak about the issues and like all that type of stuff. But the place in which it can get frustrating for a lot of people is there's a lot of people talking about like, you know, I'm doing my part when it really doesn't cost it doesn't affect them. You know, it's easy to take the moral high ground when you have nothing to lose. While there's a lot of people, as I said, you know, talent players and all that kind of stuff who have a lot to lose and realistically can't do this if they can pick and choose the events and not go to the ones that have questionable sources of money, especially because esports has questionable sorts of money just across the fucking board. Like FACEIT and ESL are owned by Saudi as well. If you sort of take that stance, then you just can't compete in Overwatch esports. You just, if you really want to take that, if you wanted to take that aggressive a stance, you just couldn't compete in Overwatch Esports. And there's a lot of other esports like that as well.
Why do you lie, bro?
And sports, honestly.
The expectation, of course, that Pirates in Pajamas would attempt to contest there, but that was exceptional from Citrus Nation, how they called breaking down that Winston dive. They just walked in, they said, I'm not even shooting anything, Matt, and they waited.
About the Doom of Society, bro. Like, I read an article today about like, less people are having kids. Our generation is not having kids, and people are having kids older. And it's like, yeah, of course we're not having kids or having them older, bro. Have you seen how expensive fucking living is?
Nice stuff from Citrus Nation there. Is that takes out Taejong, so good things keep happening for the Citrus Nation.
Fucking kids are expensive. Wow, that split the middle.
The sticky bombs connect, and she can just wrap around there on that Ana and reassume that platform position now. Pulse bomb, definitely a scary prospect, but ultimately not able to follow up on it.
But yeah, but it's the avocado toast, yeah. It's the avocado toast, you know, not the fucking, you know, 8% interest rates on housing, on houses, and just like ridiculous inflation of like housing, and just unrealistic to ever do that. Oh yeah, but don't worry, if you can't afford to buy, we have these great, you know, $4,000 rental properties that you can pay per month, that you can just set fire to $4,000 a month, just so you have somewhere to live.
Ooh, that is a lot of pressure to try and advance under here. Nice bite grenade, that hit Zeb. That basically turned off the Orisa entirely. Now we're going to start to see the strength of this, you know, this other-based composition when there's like high ground. And
just live in the Midwest, yeah. And then people were like, "Oh, you can live way cheaper in other states and in other places." Like, yeah, I don't want to live in those states for very obvious reasons. I don't want to live in the middle of fucking nowhere with the 12 other people who have been there for the last 20 generations to buy an affordable house, you know. And I'm very fortunate, you know. As I said, I'm complaining, but honestly I'm very fortunate. I don't have to deal with these guys. I'm more speaking for others. Oh, nice. Nah, he robbed.
But nobody else did. Yeah, and Zeb obviously has a fair bit of durability, especially with the Terror Surge giving it another fortified buff. The lethal gets caught there. That's the one thing Cassidy does not.
And that's it. Cheap states have no jobs, right? It's cheap for a reason, right? Like, we couldn't, like, both of our industries that Sam and I are in, we can't leave LA. Like, there's an expectation that we have to live in LA, right? So it's like, you can't move. Even though viewership is boosted a lot past 24 hours, has recorded the highest viewership on the main challenger in both NA and Asia games, which is a good indicator that's the game growing. People are engaging more, willing to keep a stream on for the sprays and stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's a positive sign for Overwatch Esports as much. I think it's just like, the biggest sign of the positive is that Overwatch is doing well. Like, I think you can't deny that Overwatch 2 seems to be like fixing its reputation. It has a more constant cycle, and I think Overwatch 2 just is doing well. And as you said, you can tell that by just like the viewership incentives and how many people are willing to just watch it. Drops powerful, yeah. People love free shit. What if OWCS is buying view bots? They're kind of buying view bots by just giving them incentives, but yeah, maybe they're view botting. Yeah, Overwatch 2 just hit their biggest peaks on Steam recently as well, yeah. But that's Steam as well, like, but that's showing at least it's growing. Oh wow, that was a lot of damage. You just have to look at the year-long gap in content for Overwatch to see how much better things are getting. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it's kind of like the world is healing, you know? That's right, it did overextend. Can they punish? I don't think they're going to be able to get the punish. Yo, look at the monkey! He's going to get primal now. Oh, Strider got to the primal. It's huge. Overwatch drops are pretty nice compared to Valorant. Like, you only get drops for international events. It's always spray title gun buddy, never skins. Yeah, but like, I think something that Overwatch needs to be really careful of, and this is probably why Valorant doesn't do that, is you got to be careful about flooding the market. Because if everyone has too much stuff, then they're less willing to buy stuff. So if you give away too much quality stuff for free, then it reduces your money in the long run. But I feel like Fortnite has kind of shown it's like, people just keep buying shit. We're never satisfied. Consumerism, baby. That was the issue with the Overwatch 1 monetization. Yeah, 100%. And that's kind of like what Overwatch 2 is trying to deal with, is just like, they're like, please buy our skins. And they're like, why would I buy your skins when you gave us similar quality skins for free in Overwatch 1 and I have a full library of them? And I feel like that's why a lot of what they're trying to do is just get new player acquisition, right? Because new players will spend money. Like, I'm sure if you, there's almost certainly numbers that would back up my theory, which is, newer players spend dramatically more money than players who have been playing since 2016. Like, that's just a no-brainer. Because the people who have been playing since 2016, they have so much stuff. I was talking to Ben about this, actually, really? Yeah. Like, winning over the younger generation is more important than, you know, satisfying the 2016 customers and the people who are probably just going to keep playing your game nonetheless. Numbers are very interesting, yeah. I would assume so, right? Like, I mean, I don't like a lot of the new skins as much as the old skins. Well, it's always hard to come up with like new cool concepts for that. I saw a post on, I don't know, it's Overwatch TMZ. It felt like an Overwatch TMZ post where, oh no, it was on Twitter. It was just random. Someone's like, don't buy this Hanzo legendary skin. It's not worth the money. It's a purple value skin at best. Here are these other skins that are so much better than this one. It's like, bro, if you don't like the skin, just don't buy it. You don't have to go on a personal vendetta against the skin. Someone wants to buy the skin, let them buy the skin. Like, if you don't like the skin qualities, they will get that result by people just not buying it. Yeah, though, if it's a legendary stat and then I also don't care, it's not my money. Yeah, like as I said, like I think if it's something that they're trying to give away, like in the battle pass for legendary, and they're saying like the value, like if they do that with multiple skins in battle pass, like hey, this battle pass feels like a scam to what it's previously been, but like it's in the shop, it's in the shop. You know, if it's a shit skin, it just won't sell well. Like it didn't seem like the worst skin ever. Like the mask was cool, but I see what they mean of like there's not really cool effects. The base like kimono, I don't know what you would call that, was kind of pretty standard for like epic skins and stuff like that. Some people just want to crusade against anything they want to believe in. Yeah. Just stuff for the battle pass and drops. That's just pretty standard, right? Like you're gonna put all the best stuff in the shop because that's how they make money, right? Like realistically, the battle pass, the most influential thing for the battle pass is the mythic skins, right? Usually when people complain about the battle pass, it's because the mythic skins are bad, right? And you saw that with like the Orisa one and the Hanzo one, right? And you get so much content within the battle pass that like the quality isn't really the thing that you're going for. It's just value for money, right? Battle passes are by far across all games the highest value for money that you can get. All right, hold a second. That's honestly not a bad push by Citrus Nation.
Maybe there's more emphasis here on like the other elements of your team comp, like the Tracer or even the Echo to some degree. Could be a little bit risky around trying to cross towards that first bridge as Echo against a Cassidy. I still want to see him try it.
You're very meowy today. Ever since you got that cut on your face, buddy, you've been like, damn, you got gut, bro. Damn. Fucking, you got hands. We gotta cut. Oh, I gotta cut out his nails.
I think that would be like almost required. Like I don't think you're getting through how close this choke is and how difficult it is with that one.
It's hard to heal Stone consistently, I think. Just because there's a travel time associated with Kiriko's Ofida, and so against burst damage, it can be really hard to like get ahead of the incoming damage.
I'm gonna see Aya. Put your head back down. Go to sleep. Aya is very sleepy, so we're gonna go for her nails when she's sleeping.
So I do want to keep an eye on the Echo's health bar. I think that's like a little.
See how it goes. Good on Aya for standing up for herself. Yeah, but we gotta cut her nails. But she fucking hates being touched. We've been trying to get her for her she's been getting some chin acne from over grooming. So I've been trying to clean that up for her, but she just like, you go anywhere near her with like a wet wipe or anything, she just fucking, she starts throwing hands.
This like a Orisa-based composition, right? If you don't get the engagement you're really looking for, if you just get speared, then it can be very, very hard to do anything. Just that one like stun window on the Winston.
Dude, it's like Iron knows. She just pulled in all of her feet and her paws, just wrapped them in. Oh, can I cut your nails a little?
Jumps in. Zeb can like spear spin out of the shield, right?
Oh, yeah.
Stun, like displace, and then with Winston you're just kind of like stuck, right?
Oh man, he got knocked off the.
Your nails aren't too bad.
All right, so Citrus Nation gives some ground, but there's no poke here.
Some cats are mildly allergic to plastic. Yeah, we've been doing all that. Like we have ceramic bowls and all that kind of stuff. We don't have any plastic shit. It's I think fucking we can get into deep eye lore. I think she has like something alopecia. I think she's been changing over the last thing. She's just like very hyperactive these days. And I think it's like they're like, you need to put her on antidepressants. And we did for a bit, but she fucking hated them so much. So we're trying to like solve it with like, you know, trying to make her less anxious with a lot of things. But yeah, it leads to over grooming of her tummy, which she comes and goes, and she doesn't have like sores, and it's not a serious problem right now. But keep an eye on it. She just like me for real. Yeah, literally, bro. I just don't understand what this cat has to be so anxious about all the time. Well, hey, life ain't that bad. You know, you just chill, you sleep, and then you eat food, and you get pats, and then I throw the bowl for you, and you chase that bowl, and just grab her by the neck, and the mother takes thing. If you go for her neck, she starts freaking out. I'm trying to like condition her more because I when she was young, she was a rescue, so I got her when she was like 1.5, but she's never really liked being grabbed. So I just kind of let her have her space, but that's just means that she like fucking hates it whenever you do anything. So I've been trying to like condition her more so that we can get access to her more because we kind of need to. Just had a match of push where 8 out of the 10 players were just AFK on the robot, holding the game hostage, leaving penalties on quick play every dick. Wait, what? Not shooting each other? Why? Yeah, like being touched, yeah. Oh, stick. Oh, no, that's kind of just invalidated. All right, Pip's in a good spot to cap now. But they just wait out the primal. Okay, I'm going to say it. I think Pip are way too passive as a team. I feel like they don't push their advantages anywhere near enough or force advantages. They just kind of hope the other team makes a mistake. And Citrus Nation is also quite passive. Right? Like, that's the problem. Like, Strider had a primal going and refused to go into the room. And then eventually has to go into the room because they're bleeding out and then just gets got.
And look at where these players are just stuck, right? So they're going to have to jump off the side. That's going to
Neck thing also doesn't work for cats, yeah. It definitely helps because it kind of like makes them go floppy. But as I said, as soon as Aya feels like we're going for it, she just like freaks out. So we'll be alright. We'll be out. We'll get her. Pip has that timeless do nothing mentality. Well, it's like, it's a pretty good strategy waiting for your opponents to make a mistake. But the problem that you run into is if they don't make a mistake.
Alright, well, we got an end to this map. Didn't expect that one. A little bit of a shocker there. As ultimates available, getting into OT.
They didn't touch? Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy, Jack. That's crazy. So no touches?
Maybe there was a knockback we didn't see.
Touches? No touches? All right, no touches, Jack.
It's possible.
I blame Jack.
Spear spin and Sigma goes that way.
Well, that sucks. Anyway, pretty tough there, I think, for Pirates in Pajamas to break through Citrus Nation because they gave a lot of ground. Pirates in Pajamas come back with a Sigma composition, which obviously just kind of needs to walk up and slow. They want to get to the point, but then even if they sort of touch point, Matt, like you kind of mentioned, they still have to play the low ground. They still have to play against a Kitsune rush that would allow them to...
No touches means no touches, yeah.
So it still doesn't feel like the best option, and I kind of wonder, you could have come back with the Winston. It's just pretty hard to play.
A C9 while Necro isn't casting it? How is that possible? No touching, just like Aya and Regina, yeah. They're like, see? It's not just us.
Ultimately, it doesn't really matter, right? Because they don't touch.
Matt with the big things. Ultimately, it doesn't matter.
I mean, that would have been fine as well.
I think they're heavily unfavored there. Look, on that attack side anyway, Citrus Nation look very, very good at rotating those cooldowns. And Stone had some good echo plays, but could not afford to get too close, to take too many risks. Because the Cassidy of Lethal is just that. Very, very hard to challenge.
Someone to reverse sweep for more drops? Dude, honestly, my ghost. Thank you very much, Pip. Thanks for looking out for us. Now they just got to confirm the reverse sweep.
Towards the weakest parts of their composition. But again, like, really having an Orisa setup is never going to feel good. Defensively, they have to come to you, and you can sort of go, okay, well, there's a spot here in the back.
Why is Pip forcing Winston? There's a bunch of teams that prefer to play the Winston over the Orisa. I just think it's an uphill battle. Like, I think Orisa is just easier, you know? Like, Winston's better on Para Iso, I think, but I just don't think, as I said, I don't think you can play reactively with the Winston. I think the Orisa is just going to win over time, and I think they were just overall just playing way too reactive.
I was going at the point there, and yep, this is a good highlight.
Glad it's happening, yeah. But I'm not glad they're just losing.
There's an astronaut on it.
I can't even see the whole
Are they going to play with skins they choose in DreamHack? No idea. I have no context of what's going on at DreamHack. I will not be there. I have a bachelor party that weekend, so I'm probably not even going to be co-streaming DreamHack Dallas.
in deep space, like, your blood is going to boil because that's not a closed suit. Yeah.
It's fine.
Hell yeah, I'm going to be losing money in Vegas.
To date on the newest
Astronaut tech?
suit technology.
It's been a little while, actually. I mean, since you got your NASA hat, I think you're actually ahead of me in sort of aerospace expertise, to be honest.
Do you know, I can't
Hell yeah, Top Golf, yeah. It's Beaky's bachelor party. We have a rigorous schedule when we go to Vegas. We wake up, get food, we gamble a little bit. We then go play Top Golf. We bet on Top Golf. We then go gamble more. Then we get dinner, and then we gamble more. But we're like the cheapest gamblers ever because we just play minimum tables as much as we can get.
Right where they left off after map number 1. I mean,
How much you bringing? I don't know. As I said, I like to play minimum, so I don't lose money very quick. I'm sending Juju your way. I won 24. You won 24k in Vegas. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm not betting that much money. As I said, I like to just play minimum and just keep playing and then just keep the beers flowing. Because you just get fucked up because they just keep delivering you drinks. I think the thing I'm excited for is I think we're going to have enough people to take over a craps table. And I don't really understand craps. I've played craps with a friend before and they played and I just rolled the dice. They're like, roll this. I'm like, okay. But I've never played craps, but people say it's a lot of fun. I really like playing blackjack. The big issue with playing blackjack for me is if you're playing minimum tables, it's like dealer hits on soft 17 and it's like 6-5 payouts. So it's such terrible odds, but it's fun. Right? Like if I can do that on a $10 table, I'd be great, but they don't even really have $10 tables anymore. It's like minimum 15 tables these days. I got snockered, found myself in Caesars. Next thing I know, I went 3x jackpot on a machine, 17.6k total. I think it was a $4.50 bet. Holy shit. It's the dream. I like the Reno casinos better because they were 3-2 odds. I think 2-deck tables. Yeah, you can definitely get better odds at at like worse casinos, but I usually like playing at like nicer hotels. I really like the Paris because of the high ceilings. Doesn't smell as much like smoke. Dude, that's the worst thing about Vegas, dude. Everything smells like cigarette smoke. Holy shit. The concept of losing money like that is so out of my broke-ass brain, I legit can't understand it. It's because you're playing... You know you're probably going to lose money, but there's a chance that you win money, Welby. And you're playing for the highs. And you ignore the lows. If I lose $10, I'll cry. Sab's the exact same way. Sab just doesn't understand gambling. She's just like, I don't get it. Why would I gamble my money? I'm like, because it's fun. She's like, that's not fun. Where's the fun in losing your money? So it is what it is, yeah. And that's always the way, Bam Show, right? Usually if you win big money, you're probably lost most of the time. You have to go in. Yeah, you have to go in accepting that you're gonna lose the money. It's like the way I think about it. It is the cost of playing. Like I don't like gambling on my own. Like I don't really like playing blackjack on my own. Like for me, the fun of it is going like, and this is what like Liam and I have always done when we went, is we just go to like the cheapest tables and we just get drunk and we fuck with, and we just like have fun with the dealer and the thing. And we'll usually leave, if the dealer's bad, like in terms of bad buys, we'll literally just leave the table. Because I don't want to sit there while a dealer just like isn't having fun with it. And like doesn't, and like is just annoying. Fuck with who? You like, well, you fuck with the people with you as well. Yeah, you're paying for entertainment. Exactly. That was what I was going to say, Sam 8. When I gamble, it's kind of like an expensive payment for entertainment, right? If I sit down at a blackjack table for like 5 hours and I lose only $100, that's a win, right? Because that's $20 an hour to sit at a blackjack table. But most likely you're gonna lose more, right? The worst is dealers that deal fast as fuck. It's not even just fast as fuck. My problem is dealers who just like fucking they're just not having fun with it. Like they're just like, you're like, I'm gonna split these 10s. They're like, oh, and they just like flip it, and you're like, oh yay, woo, I won one, lost one. Hey, it's just like, at least give me something, you know? And there's some really good dealers. The worst one we had was literally Liam just got ignored. He was trying to ask questions and have fun with it, and she literally just stopped on. At first she was like, she said it, but then when she realized Liam was just gonna keep saying shit and like keep having fun with it, she just like refused to say words. And we're like, yeah, we're just gonna go. We literally just grabbed our chat. We're just like, yeah, we'll cash out. We grabbed our chips and just left. Literally dono walled. The thing is, the more entertained, the more you bet. Yeah, but that's how you end up like losing like so much money. Because I used to play like that as well. Like, I used to be like, oh, maybe we'll double up this bet. Maybe we'll triple up this bet. Or maybe I'll go big with a $50 hand this time or something like that. But that's how you lose money very quickly.
And I think they probably believe that's enough to trigger the OT. And then maybe they, it was just like a second off, right? So, they potentially realize like, because the Sigma walks up like
just $10 more is like doing a Hades run, yeah.
Okay, well I'm just gonna get on.
Well, I hate slots though. Like I am an avid hater of slots, but that's because I worked in a slots room. Like slots, I just don't understand slots because I've never really played them too much, but I've watched it destroy people's lives. So I'm like, I just can't do slots. Slots are just a scam straight up, yeah. Like, literally just a scam. And some slots pay out so terribly. I don't know if it's like this in Australia, but like when I had to do the slots room, we had to do a course. And they were like, the best machines are old ones because they used to like be less greedy. But they were getting so greedy, they were getting to like 80% payouts and stuff like that, to the point that the government had to step in and like, hey, you need to at least have like I think it was like an 85% payout or something like that. But like some of the best ones were like old ones, and they're honestly the ones that are more expensive to play were the best ones, and they had like a 95% payout. But even then, you're losing 5% over the course of the game. But yeah. They don't even make you do the course anymore? Really? That's fucking sad. But yeah, as I said, you need to look at it as entertainment. It is an entertainment. You should never gamble with the expectation that you're going to win. It's fun when you win, but it's about the journey, not the end payout.
And you were like, well, it can be good, but it takes a lot of skill to actually execute this properly, especially against a team who's playing just like a very generally powerful Orisa comp that's like very robust, with good defensive cooldowns, good utility, have a lot to work with there.
Yeah, I think it was vastly easier to make work on offense, right? I mean on defense, right? Yes. When you can kind of like dictate the pace. On
Pick a set amount that I know I'll lose. If I win that money back, I hide it. Yeah, but I think the awkward one for this thing is I'm gonna keep gambling until, because it's Liam's bachelor party. I'm just gonna gamble all the way through. So I just hope I don't lose too much money. As I said, and that's why I'm just gonna play minimum. I'm not gonna lose too much money if I just play minimum the whole way through. Hopefully, and if not, I'm gonna be doing some. I'm gonna open up an OnlyFans or something like that.
Walking around, having to set up, don't have the verticality, and a matter of time before their tracer comes and tries to pin the pulse bomb on the Orisa, and then you can lose a fight in that faction, or there's like the burst cooldowns from a flanking echo, for example.
Custa fans, who gonna pay for that? Yo, there's people. There's people coming in. Are you good at poker? I'm okay at poker. I actually got into poker a lot like 6 months ago. There was a table with a bunch of people in the area. So I played with, like, Johnny invited me, and they actually had like a good table. And I'm okay at poker. Like, I understand the rules, I understand the things, but like I was playing against the people who are like, yeah, they go to Vegas like a few times a year and play at the Vegas casinos, and then they play online poker like a lot. And I'm like, bro, I'm so far out of my fucking depth here. It's crazy. So I actually got into it a bunch, and like I was watching a lot of online poker, but I honestly haven't played since I did that. So I'll start an OnlyFans. Hey, sometimes you gotta start an OnlyFans because you bankrupt yourself at Vegas, Can I get a month free off on the OnlyFans? We'll see. VIP in OnlyFans.
Very good sort of to come out of map feeling that level of confidence as we head into Esports, which is going to be tracer dominated. Again, Sojourn is going to be the pick here. And I think with these substitutions, Matt, it confirms to us that we're not going to see a Winston composition here from this squad. It's very unlikely. Maybe you can still run it with the Lucio Kiriko, but it seems a little risky up against this Orisa comp. But plenty of teams have been running it. Plenty of teams are trying to make the Winston work here.
I think they'd be...
Patrick's paid his way in to get in that free trial. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe they can, especially...
Custa's OnlyFans is him narrating Valiant Era AO3. Oh,
God. Just run back the same lineup you had, right? Like, if you were going to play Winston, right? Most likely you're going to play like Echo, Trace, Echo, lines, right? So probably could have just kept the same team in, where I think you have to play the Orisa here. I mean, it feels like if you don't, you're going to lose that first fight to Citrus Nation. You're going to have to swap just about everything, and then you're going to fall really far behind.
Because of the way our pick and ban or our map veto system works, you don't just get the map pick if you're the loser anymore. You actually alternate those map picks throughout the course of the
You can actually earn decent amount from selling feed picks. Don't ask about sources. Yeah, I just don't really feel like I've ever been in a place that I need to do that, right? Well, did you guys see, was it SK's tweet? SK's been doing, they opened up a Patreon and they said that they made, she was like, I made more money this month than I did on my Patreon than I did my entire last year for YouTube. It's like, it's crazy how much money you could make if you want to do that stuff, right? And like, she seems really like happy and excited to do it. So I was like, yo, good for her. But it's crazy how lucrative it is. SK just says pull like that, yeah, apparently.
Yeah, so it'll be Divinity actually just picking up the
Wait, why is the Tracer so late? Did the Tracer beef that?
Here for Pirates in Pajamas with that substitution. We'll see how it kind of pans out, but like
Ask Pokimane. Does Pokimane do a Patreon or an OnlyFans or something like that?
Divinity here.
What a hustle, yeah.
For the Kiriko play. So Miracom's here, Chronic on the Cassidy. Chronic's looking very good. A DPS in general. But there's lethal again.
Oh no, SK and Poke. Right, I see. What content did she drop on Patreon? I have no idea. She just made a tweet saying that like I dropped a butt pic on Patreon and just showed my ass because I didn't want to like clog up Twitter, my like Twitter account with it. And she was like, and I made a ridiculous amount of money. I was like, damn, go off. Olympus Born, thank you for the gifted sub to Sad Doctor. I'm here for the SK success. SK's always been such a genuine, nice person. Every time I've chatted with her, I had a good chat with her at the content summit that happened recently. She's like one of the more positive people in the Overwatch team, which I always respect and appreciate positive people in the space.
Sometimes you can just manufacture a pick opportunity off an Orisa spear that hits. Right?
If you're willing and have the requirements, an IRL money glitch, yeah.
A relatively immobile target
What's this? I made a comp database. It contains all the comp swaps and results for the NA, EMEA, and South Korea. Free to access, and we'll be keeping you up to date as we go along. If you want to help maintain this, please join my Discord. Holy shit. Bro, I respect people who put in this effort. Dude, Commander X is honestly, I'm glad Commander X has been growing a lot, actually. Commander X has been putting in like the fucking work right now. So he's doing a really good job of like growing very quickly in the space, but he's kind of just leading with it in terms of like the stuff that needs to be done. And like sort of taking that market for like the high interest, like high analytical gameplay competitive Overwatch stuff. Uncoachable's been crazy good. Yeah, it's kind of like it's cool to get like insight from people who are like actually in the, you know, coaching scene and they know what the fuck's up. So it's very insightful stuff. So it's cool. When you gonna hop on Uncoachable? I don't think so. I don't even do plat chat really anymore. I remember Commander X reached out like a while ago asking if I'd want to be on Uncoachable, but and I said yes, but I don't know if that's ever come to fruition. I think they'd rather get players and like I think they're like more relevant people to the space. As I said, I have barely even really been watching OWCS for the most part.
Trying to contest the bridge, but taking way too much damage. We'll have to back away and try for it again. What are Citrus Nation looking for? They've got to be finding an opening here. They thought they might have had it there. Here comes the overclock now from Lethal. Draw everyone down from the bridge, trying to deny that high ground advantage. Magic made ball, lucky to be alive. Terra Surge though.
Oh, big Terra Surge. Don't give cussing out ideas. We ain't doing shit. Yo, you know, you mods complain, but I have no expectations of you, but that's because I don't do anything. We kind of just all have an agreement to just do the bare minimum. You know, my modding position is potentially the easiest modding position ever. We have a good time. We're here for a good time. You playing any other games than Overwatch these days? Okay, don't laugh, chat. Sab and I and our friends have been addicted to Fortnite. I've been playing so much Fortnite. I bought a Gojo skin. I've been buying dances. I've been fucking airbending. Dude, they added bending to the game. So I only like Fortnite when they have the no build and they like give you a really cool thing. So the only two times I've gotten into... Oh, nice spear. The only times I've gotten into Fortnite recently is when they had the Spoodermans. They had the Spider-Man grappling because it was just so much fucking fun. And now is because they have the bending. So you can like, you don't have to shoot people with guns and know how to use the guns. I just get water bending and I get air bending because it means you don't have to run anywhere. You just fucking air bend everywhere. And it's really fun. So I've been having fun. I didn't play the Dragon Ball one, but I heard it was good as well. Yeah, waterbending is just the best gun. And I just, it's like the fact that you can just snipe people from fucking Narnia and it's probably one of the best close range weapons if you have good aims as well, yeah. Any chance to see Overwatch in Dallas? It doesn't seem like it. The only reason it would be if Faceit like wanted to invite us, or Esports Engine wanted to invite us, but I haven't heard anything at this point. Custa getting the Spellbreak fix? Dude, Spellbreak was an underrated game. I love that game. Yeah, and it's literally Zen aiming, so I'm good. Waterbending plus airbending plus... No, I literally run waterbending, airbending, run a shotgun on 2, which I barely use, and then I just run 2 sets of shields. Because you can just get infinite shields from like so many things these days. Why have Faceit games on Tuesdays? That seems so weird. Well, it's not supposed to be competitive. Faceit League is more supposed to be like a casual thing that you just play in. I have 2 friends who play build and another. I hate build. Like I accidentally, when I first came back to Fortnite, I bought a skin. I bought the battle pass, so I got the Aang skin, so I wanted to play a game, and I accidentally queued into build Fortnite instead of no build Fortnite. Oh my god, bro! The first guy I saw just fucking built a McMansion in like 3 seconds, and I'm like, I'm just trying to chase him. I'm not even trying to build, not even attempting to build. And then he just like edits a wall and fucking one shots me, and I'm like, yeah, cool, never again. Never again am I playing this shit. Fuck the kids.
They lose Zeb again early, and it's something that we talked about a little bit earlier in the series, where like Pirates and Pajamas would get Zeb quite low, but then not follow up those opportunities. Now,
Tap just got owned. Oh, Kronk. The pip reverse sweep starts now, chat.
Pirates and
checkpoint here. There's nothing Citrus Nation can really do about it. So for all the talk we've had,
The gunplay on Fortnite is surprisingly good. Yeah. Hey, birthday dog. Thank you. It's not my birthday, but I appreciate the happy birthday wishes.
come out to the low ground and pull something ridiculous out of their rear end with a sound barrier. And now they're really behind. Their checkpoint scored against them.
Within the banning system in Overwatch, face it, it hasn't been, they haven't said what it is. I made a tweet about it. I like the idea of them adding banning. I think that's a really cool idea and it's a great time to try it. I don't like the non-universal bans that they were talking about, where both teams get one ban, but if you ban something, it's only banned for them, not you. Because I think, like, especially considering you can't ban the same thing multiple times throughout a series, what could happen is if the first map, they're like, well, we're going to ban Orisa the first map. And the other team's like, well, we want to ban Orisa on the second map. So the team that wins the first map is the team that doesn't ban Orisa. And then the second team is the team that can play Orisa. So the teams that win the first and second map are the teams that just play Orisa. I don't think that's fun as a banning system. I think it should just be universal. So when one team bans, both teams get a ban, and who they ban, neither team can play. And if it's two different heroes, it's two different heroes. If it's the same hero, it's the same hero. And then you're not allowed to ban the same thing twice as a team throughout the series. Mixes that up throughout the series. Different art style in Fortnite kind of throw me off. Not enough I can't play it, but it is a little jarring. You think we'll see Venture at Dallas? I don't think so. I think more people play around with it. They're not that good at top ranks. I think they require a lot of coordination, maybe in like a really good brawl setup, but they're kind of like an assassin almost. But saw someone made a shitty tweet recently. Samito made a tweet. I saw a thing of it. Venture is the worst DPS hero that they've added on release or something like that. But I've heard Venture's actually quite good at lower ranks, and I think it is a hero that would do better at lower ranks than higher ranks. I think Venture is quite isolatable and punishable if you know how to play around it. Imagine that Samito being negative. I know, it's crazy. It's a shocking turn of events. Can't believe Ben Shapiro would do such a thing. That's my favorite. I'm actually can't shake it anymore. Samito is Ben Shapiro's brother. I'm like sold on it.
Maybe something happens there, something silly. Let's see.
Lethal just reloads. Pulse bomb there, no connection. Cat trying to throw his out there.
Ben Shamito. Yo, Kronk.
They are the much better team on Esperanza.
Is Venture not a Tracer equivalent then, as Jake claims? No. Like, I think you can play it like Tracer, where you play flanky and you try and like isolate and kill targets on your own. I think Tracer's mobility is just like so much better, I think, is the big thing. And the fact that the burst damage to be able to kill people is also probably one of your biggest disengages, which is the right click, the drill dash, makes it harder for you to play in the same way that a Tracer plays. Like, I don't think Venture will ever be better than Tracer. And I think Tracer actually is really good against Venture. Obviously, Venture can like one shot, but if a good Tracer plays well, you just beam and Venture. Yeah, exactly, bro. Dragon Ball and Naruto. Okay, I'm gonna piss people off, but I've never seen either of those. I'm actually watching Avatar for the first time right now, but I'm watching it very slowly. But Naruto, people just told me don't watch Naruto. Alright, Pip's so back. People say don't watch Naruto, it's just too big. And then people are like, don't watch the filler episodes. There are lots of great lists to not watch the filler episodes. I'm like, but I don't like not watching filler episodes. So I don't know. Naruto's just too much. And Dragon Ball, I watched when I was like a kid. Like very early seasons when I was a kid, but I never really understood what I was watching. I've never watched it full. I have listened to a very interesting presentation made by a good friend of mine about Dragon Ball Z. And they gave me the entire canonical lore of Dragon Ball Z, so I kind of understand it.
Especially after how the series is going, it's looked, poor at the moment for.
Oh god, I'm so sorry. Might have been drunk at the time, both the presenter and the viewer, but it was a fun time.
So, like Flashpoint, now it's anybody's game. It feels like
It's up in the air, especially if Chronic is still.
You can watch DBZ abridged on YouTube and power through the whole series in like 10 hours. Yeah. Pancakes or waffles? Waffles. I like the crunch of waffles more. Was there a slideshow? Yes. Me and my friends, when we have a 4th of July celebration, well, we used to do every year, we try and get together. We always do a presentation party where like one night everyone just gets really drunk and then everyone's expected to bring a presentation, like just about something. It's really fun. Because you can be about anything you care about and you want to tell people about. I love presentation night. Yeah, it's fun. I did mine. I did a presentation. I did a power rankings of esports organizations. It was a fun. That was a fun one because the people had a lot of opinions about esports teams.
It's kind of a little bit like how we've talked about with like the Sojourn versus the Cassidy.
And we shall not disclose those results. Yes, that presentation will remain behind closed doors because there was some choices made. I would do mine on Hadestown. Yeah, and you can do it about anything, right? We had some good ones. Captain Planet, the first time we did it, Captain Planet did it on the strangest mating, the strangest way animals mate, and like the strangest animals that mate and like how they mate. Captain Planet did his on that. Sab did a RuPaul's Drag Race. She made us all drag. She turned all of us into a drag queen, and then she randomized, like, you know how you do those like Hunger Games ones, how people get knocked out and stuff like that. She did one of those for us. That was a good one. Friend Heather turned us all into Pokemon. She made us all Pokemon. Who won? Can't remember who won. I actually can't remember who won. Mike would probably remember. I think, yeah, did you win? I don't remember. Who won? No, not in the game. We're not talking about the game. We don't do that here.
Maybe it just kind of need a little bit of a different, energy, in the team today, and we'll see if it kind of works here again on Cervasa.
I mean, don't fix it if it ain't broke, right? I think Divinity coming in on that Kiriko, for example, definitely able to make a difference here. Having Chronic and Stone back in the lineup has been important as well. Chronic is popping off. You don't sub them out there. Give it to me. Nice.
I like my first presentation. You did it as if everyone was a D&D NPC or like a town NPC in like a medieval, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah, Village NPC. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I did like that. You know what the most interesting thing that we did that trip actually was that I've never done before? It was one of those things where like they tell you to picture something in your mind and they just go through this long list of things and then everyone says what they pictured in their mind. That was the thing that Matt did. I don't know how to explain it better than that, but it's like picture a box in a desert. And then it's like, think about like the size of the box and that kind of stuff. And it was interesting hearing everyone's perspective of what they had in their mind. And it like, apparently that shows you like personality traits and the way that you think about things is like in the results that you do. I like doing that so fun. Yeah, it was very interesting. Oh, but you do a baked. That's true. That would be better. The Japanese cube test. Is that what it was?
There are a ton of points where this is ultra relevant. Not just this first point, like the Palace one as well, like being able to play off the balconies and such. Also, it's very.
Do you guys think aliens exist? Damn, we're just going fully deep. I think aliens exist. Bro, you telling me we have a fucking multi-universes that are like this fucking big and there's nothing else out there? I don't think aliens are going to show up to Earth anytime soon or have shown up to Earth, but I don't think we're the only things that exist in the world. Like that, I don't think the fucking green-ass Martians or the fucking little dudes that were hanging out in Mexico are real.
It just feels like there's so much higher damage output with the Tracer, right? Like it's obviously you can control the high ground, like pressure the Lucio or the Sojourn down from there, but it just feels like the amount of pressure on the back line, the amount of pressure on the tank is just so much more.
Oh my god, cussing at people. No, I wasn't. Don't you dare take me out of context like that. Kevster may be an alien. Yeah, true.
You have to commit. Otherwise, you can't do the damage that Tracer does.
Don't think that there will be. Yeah. Thank God, dude. I can't stand the conversation. Right, you know what the worst thing that happened recently? Someone was talking about aliens, and they showed me the video that Jaws showed me. Oh, maybe it was something, that one of like the hovercraft thing that happened in the ocean that the like fighter test pilots saw. They're like, this like defies the physics that we understand and we know in our world. Dude, fucking Avril and Jaws gave me like a 30-minute fucking rant before Plat Chat one time talking about aliens. And I'm like, bro, maybe, but probably not.
Taken by Pirates in Pajamas pretty early. But now Blade is just going to get beaten, right?
Yeah, it's built it into... Well, that's because fucking Solomon ended up being like, bro, I'm just going to start and you guys can just keep talking about aliens. Do you think Pineapple and Pizza is real talk? We've actually already talked about that today, and I do think Pineapple and Pizza is good. Oh, my eyes. Yeah, that looked like my Genji for a second.
Able to be a factor in this fight, the Dragon Blade, absolutely critical. You never heard of that?
Yeah, I have a better chance of telling you about the crocodiles than the Citrus Nation.
Yeah, you need to watch the second series of Avatar then. Eye-opening.
I mean, I probably gotta watch the first one.
It didn't age well, but go for it.
Well, I'm watching the first series of Avatar right now.
Not ideal.
Yeah, I'll watch it for tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that'll give you some much-needed lore, I think, on the origins of this team.
Hear me out. Mirror Watch Doom is a good... I like the idea. Like, there were some cool ideas and concepts in Mirror Watch. Obviously, the Widowmaker giving a shield and the Ana headshot were a little silly. I think the Widowmaker fucking ultimate was a little ridiculous as well. See Avril's IRL stream at 8K. Wait, how did it have 8K viewers? I knew he did a stream. I didn't realize he got 8K viewers on the stream. Yo, good for him. Did he get hosted by Sonic?
Some of that damage mitigated by Zeb with the javelin spin, and now as Chronic extends for a better sightline, they're instantly hit, and here comes the counterpunch. Citrus Nation going in. It's going to be a match though of these Kitsune rushes. And
oh, he got raided by OWCS. Right. That's still cool though. Good for him. That's fun that he did. I saw he's in Korea like doing the like live coverage IRL. Yo, fucking all the props to him, man. That's fun. Doesn't he get hosted by OWCS? Well, they want to get people that they like trust, you know. They're not trying to raid or host people that they don't know. Also, you know, he's doing good work.
Get a touch, so yeah, you can't get a touch. So this is going to be another point over to Pirates in Pajamas. They're a point away from forcing a game 5, which after Parayiso would have seemed unthinkable.
Wait, I want to steal this idea for Bachelor Party and Go. Are there any other rules to presentation? You can make the rules as much as you want. I would say make sure you limit people's time for the presentation party. Make it be like, hey, we don't want it to be above 10 minutes. Like, you don't want them to go for too long. Make it so that people can't interrupt too much. Captain fucking Planet. You know, sometimes people have a lot of opinions about the presentation being given and they won't shut up about like certain things. Make sure people aren't interrupting. We had a rule where if you want to say something during someone else's presentation, you have to raise your hand and drink before you can say something. But what happened in our presentation party is that Captain Planet just kept drinking, and that made him want to say more things. So he got drunk and then wanted to just keep bringing up more things. So it was kind of an endless cycle that kind of fucking hurt us. I wish I made mine below 10 minutes, yeah. So, but it's, as I said, you can just do it whenever. But it's a great party thing because it's just like, if you're looking for something to do, presentation parties, it's just a great way to kill time. You're like, hey, what do we want to do tonight? It gives, everyone's drinking, everyone's talking, everyone's interacting, everyone's having fun. It's a good thing. And also, try and make sure that people do it, that it's interesting. You know, like this hasn't happened with ours, but I could absolutely see it happening where they do a topic that just isn't interesting or people don't care about or isn't fun or that kind of stuff. You don't want it to be about like something that...
I mean, honestly, they've been doing a perfectly fine job dealing with it.
Yeah. Jacob holding on to it though. We've seen a Kitsune rush down, that's found Strider. Yes, Pirates of Pajamas get into the lead here.
Will we see Custa in Team Australia? Well, there'd have to be another World Cup for that to happen. And I've already hung up my mantle. I got my jersey on the wall. It's Jova. Honeypot got rulebooked in map 1 and 2. Adam and Light were off-rolling map 1, but they weren't allowed to switch chairs to map 2. Wait, really?
Even if you lose this point, right, you're going to be set up to pretty well.
Fucking get got.
To take the next point looks like the Pirates of Junk. Gonna just have Chronic go on this outside here.
Oh!
Tap has to be really careful.
What a conveniently located health pack, though. I want to pick that one back up and get back into the fight quickly.
Stone gets tapped, though. Lethal needs to find value. Oh, nice kill on the maple.
Great correction to find the Lucio now. A Lucio gap exacerbated by a sound barrier from Jacob. 99 and counting.
That was an early Suzu, but I actually kind of like it. Kronk! Get him! Ooh! Jacob's into trouble.
Ungenerous gods, perhaps. This is a good overclock for Chronic. Waited out the sound barrier, got good damage on Zeb and eventually able to pick them off.
Oh, wow. Kills the Soj.
Illegal. That's illegal, Stone.
That is...
What a sick stick. But can he do more than this? You've got both supports still up for Citrus Nation, Matt.
Yeah, it is. As long as the Kiriko Lucio are alive, it's not a problem.
Neutral as well. Add another player too. Tap comes
What's your favorite type of candy? I'm not a big candy guy, if I'm being honest.
at that point over the line. So Citrus Nation
Favorite type of candy?
just yet. So they will
Yeah, I'm not a big candy guy. Maybe chocolate.
Okay, much better looks from Citrus Nation there. At least able to achieve their win cons and
Wait, we're back talking about Overwatch for now? I leave for 2 seconds? Yeah, there you go. Tim Tams? Tim Tams are pretty good.
quiet too.
There's a chocolate sale on Amazon? No, that's not good for me.
To deploy them exactly when they were required.
What does PXG stand for? I have no idea.
What are looking for here? Isn't quite charged up on the rail, so would have to announce himself before he found an insta-kill. Well, that went quite well. Tap again. Absolutely rinsed at the start of another fight.
Oh, he kind of botched that roll. Live for it, though.
doesn't have to announce himself too much, right? He goes on a little bit of an off angle, just puts down some shots.
I don't think I'd call Tim Tams candy. Well, why? If it's not candy, what would you call it? Is it more biscuit then? But I think because it has chocolate on it, it's candy. Because chocolate is candy.
Somewhere to escape this, but is in no position to help their team. And meanwhile, Citrus Nation are beaten soundly on the point itself. Huge part of that is that first pick from Chronic, taking out that sort of, you know, the
Chocolate biscuits, still biscuits? Yeah, I think that's fair. What is best, burger or pizza? I really like both. Like a lot.
He got a second kill as well, right? I know once the kind of
I think I would go burger. I think I historically I would have said pizza, but I think burgers have really started eking their way up. You know, there's some really good there's some really good burgers in the world.
Tracer's actually waiting for recall to come back.
Pizza clears easy. Yeah, I don't know. I like both are good. I like black licorice. As long as it's done right. As long as it's good black licorice.
but Zeb's a big factor. Without Jacob, though, without the sound barrier yet, Neutral needs to stay alive. They must stay safe. And for the most part, Tapper and Co were able to push up there. That's stunning. Without the Lucio, they get control of the point. They keep themselves alive in the map, and they can bring a beat.
Pineapple on burger is the same thing as pineapple on pizza. I like it. It adds a little bit of sweetness to the burger. It like cuts through the oil. Because the whole point that makes pineapple good on pizza, for the same reason it works in burger, it gets through just like, if it's a really oily thing, it just gives it something that like adds an extra level flavor. Is Dune the best sci-fi movie? No. Maybe, eventually. But right now, no. I think it's just the newest one. I think Lord of the Rings is the best sci-fi movie. Lord of the Rings, especially for its time, was so good. The world building was crazy. Oh, okay. Wait, are we going to go between fantasy and sci-fi? Really? We're going to say that's different? Oh, I would still call it sci-fi, but I understand. It's fantasy. Okay, so if we're going sci-fi, what am I comparing it to? Totally different? Ah, come on, chat. What are we fucking picking at hairs over here for the movie question? Oh my god. Star Trek, Star Wars. It's dead. Okay, I think Dune's better than Star Trek and Star Wars. So maybe Dune is the best sci-fi out there. The Martian? Nah, I wouldn't say The Martian is good. Sci-fi is a compelling movie, but I wouldn't say it's the best sci-fi. Interstellar? I feel, see, the thing is, like, Interstellar's cool, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite sci-fi. You know what I mean? It's a great story, but I don't think it's my favorite sci-fi of, like, world building. Because Interstellar's not really about world building, right? It's more about, like, human survival. I haven't seen the new Blade Runner.
That is everything
I haven't seen the new Blade Runner. Was it good? The one with Ryan Gosling?
Obviously, these flashpoints tick up faster, right? An overclock available here, probably for Pirates in Pajamas. You know, kind of far away from it there, where you're looking.
It's so fucking good, man. You have to watch it, really?
Nation is they're trying to, you know, stop this from going to game 5.
Oh, buddy.
Actually, no. Can I use a TV show? If I'm gonna use a TV show, my favorite sci-fi like TV show or movies is Stargate. Stargate SG-1. 100%. Not even close, actually. I fucking loved Stargate SG-1. Oh, baby, we got him at 5. Over Firefly? Firefly didn't exist for long enough. I loved Firefly, but it's like, what, 8 episodes?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking to try and get some of these players down, right? And then you kind of have to double back and
Chronic going nuclear. They're never seen it. Stargate SG-1 doesn't age well. I wouldn't worry about it too much. It doesn't age very well. It was like the graphics and everything are very old school, but for its time, I loved it. Is Jujutsu Kaisen worth watching? If you really like shonens. And it's not even really like shonen's thing. It's if you really like anime where it's all about the fighting and everyone's like style, then you'll love it. Like especially this most recent season, it's literally just constant fighting and like understanding that. But I still prefer Demon Slayer over Jujutsu Kaisen.
The end of map number 1, right? So rounds 2 and 3, and then the second map went Paraiso. I did not expect this one to happen. So Shambali Monastery there for a game 5.
I haven't watched Shogun. I've heard people keep saying Shogun's good. I feel like I should try.
Look, we talked about it on the desk. The expectation was that this would be a much closer game than those we've seen thus far. It's all on the line for these two teams here. Large amount of circuit points and of course a big difference in prize money.
Just started Shogun? Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying it's kind of like Japanese Game of Thrones. Demon Slayer is carried by the animation? Yeah, I agree, but the animation's fucking insane, so.
Strong performances and Citrus Nation do start. You're looking fairly good, but it's 2-0 in flashpoints to Pirates in Pajamas. Before things
Canada or Australia? Australia. I mean, look, yeah, Australia's best country in the world, baby.
You want to be in for the circuit points and whatnot as well, but like both teams just full of competitors. Nobody wants to be, you know.
Yeah, watch Bleach. No, I never watch Bleach.
I mean, you're gonna play through all the Swiss, you play through all the groups just to lose round 1.
People keep telling me to watch Dark. People keep telling me to watch Dark, and I feel like I should watch it. It was Apply and Emong were really trying to sell me on Dark that time when we were having TV show conversation, right? Who's your favorite character in Lord of the Rings? Aragorn. Not Aragorn. Fucking Legolas. Dude, Legolas is so cool.
Weren't really considered to be knocking on the top 4 in North America, right? Up until that upset win against Timeless, and I mean it wasn't even really close here. So these matches and all these groups.
You would like Legolas, bro. I'm an Assassin fan through and true. It's German, so you need to watch it with subtitles. Wait, really? I don't really care about subtitles though. I have watched Haikyuu. I've watched Haikyuu. I really enjoyed Haikyuu. One of my friends has really been trying to sell me on watching ping pong. He said it's like Haikyuu, but it's about ping pong, and he said it was really sick. So I might watch. I want to watch that as well. But it's too much brain gymnastics. I really like brain gymnastics.
Pirates in Pajamas have awoken. They are on the brink of forcing a reverse sweep here.
And I fault. So does Pirates in Pajamas make any subs? I think probably not. No way. Right?
It's on Netflix. All right, maybe that's on my net. Bro, I just watched. I watched this. Oh god, I got invested, but then I got to the end. I'm like, that wasn't very satisfying. Has anyone else watched the thing on Netflix about like the people, the jail that once they go away from 23andMe and they just leave the like prison open, like all the doors open all the time, and see how the people interact with each other? What was it called? Like Unlocked or some shit. But like, I was like, this sounds like a really interesting experiment, but it's kind of like takes me out because they do like it. Like it was really weird because they have like cameras in the jail. Like they're having like conflicts, but there's someone obviously standing there with a camera. It's like, well, how is this conflict happening when there's someone with a fucking camera? It's obviously not that unsafe if there are people just like standing. It's like a prison experiment, right? Yeah, I don't know. I watched it and I was like, well, that was kind of weird. It was interesting because I think you actually listen and talk to prisoners is kind of interesting, but yeah. Yeah, it was like a dramatization of the Stanford prison experiment kind of vibe.
So there's definitely a few options, but I'd be a little surprised to see us go away from the Orisa setup, especially.
It's not camera crews, they're all mounted / drone cameras, but they're like in the rooms. I don't know. As I said, maybe their thing, but like it was a little interesting, but with infinite resources, where would be your next destination abroad? If I had infinite resources, I think I'd love to go to China with Sab and her family and explore China, because I think China's fucking crazy and it would be really cool to go to, and her family's Chinese.
Probably the safest. I think you can make it probably an argument for like the Ramatra. I think like if you wanted to come in here and just kind of like run it down a little bit.
Open prison, but every prisoner gets a GoPro to record. Yeah. Conversation starters are endless. Yeah.
Right. And this is a Citrus Nation map pick, so it also seems like.
Don't say that too loud. You get your visa declined. I could say I want to travel to China. You guys ever tried eating poutine? Yes, I really enjoy poutine. Well, you know, what's not to like? It's cheese curds, gravy, and fries. But I feel like people always tell me that I haven't had proper poutine, because I've had like smokes and stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever had like a really nice poutine.
So it tells me everything I need to know about like what kind of comp they're hoping to peddle out here.
Yeah, Singapore would be cool as well.
Can't do this. They're just hovering the Zen here, but you can like run the Zen out of the gates, but normally the Orisa comp takes like.
Not 5-banger, yeah. Is it? Yeah, poutine is essentially loaded fries. That's kind of what it is. But like poutine is like known for its gravy and cheese curds is kind of the thing that makes poutine poutine. I'm going to Japan after my long weekend for 3 weeks with my brother. It's awesome. Isn't like the Japanese dollar like in the tank right now? I saw that it's like $1. It's like 150 for $1 USD right now, which is crazy. Every time I've gone, it's always been like 100, 110. Like 150 yen for $1 US is crazy. Japanese dollar, sorry, like the yen, obviously.
And there we go. We're off to the races.
They do. Okay, I was wondering if they would keep this in. I don't think it's a great reason, because you don't have. They're not just going to stand out there and let you hit them with your balls. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, it definitely seems like just kind of more of a.
Want to do Vietnam? Well, Vietnam would be a good shout.
I would say probably the biggest, like, you know, kind of like head-to-head matchup. Like nobody's really kind of like 1v1ing here all the time, but I think Lethal and Chronic, right? I think Chronic has really good last 2 maps. Lethal's been pretty consistent throughout the series.
Oh, rip.
Like Magic Mayfall was trying to go with Chronic there up on the high ground to make a play. I mean, look at that. I mean, they're sending everybody up there.
Japan is dirt cheap to go to right now. You might spend an arm and oh, really? The flights are expensive? Interesting. If you could remove 1 DPS from the game, which one would you remove?
Yeah, going to deal with tap. So this is going to be very much a Piracy Pajamas push here. All of Citrus Nation actually have to regroup on the point itself. Tough for them because they can't contest this choke at all. That is actually pretty backbreaking for the defenders, who lose a whole part of the map to kind of buy upwards of a minute at times we've seen. They're going to play this corner instead. That sucks.
I think I'd remove Symmetra. I think it's... I actually don't think Sombra is that big of an issue right now. I would actually say Symmetra, because I don't know how you fix Symmetra. Like, I think from like a game perspective, I think Symmetra doesn't fit in the game, and I don't know how you fix her. Well, I think all the other heroes that you guys are talking about are fixable.
Yeah, they've opened up the off angle for the attackers by contesting so far back is the problem. So Chronic has a sick little spot to play from.
Tired of the Carwood? Yeah, even she's not played, but I think she could be removed from the game, and I think the least number of people would care. Like, it's like, people don't like playing Symmetra. Symmetra's kind of a nothing hero. So it's like, if I was realistic of like, I wanted to delete one hero, I'm not just going to, as you said, like do what a lot of people think is like delete a hero they don't like and that kind of stuff. Like obviously Widowmaker, but I think a sniper character should exist in Overwatch. I think Sojourn is a cool hero, even though I think she needs some balance work. OWCS related, is Korea that much over other regions? Yes, and it's not that close. I think none of the NA and EMEA teams are going to be able to hold a candle to the top 3 of Korea. Maybe like SSG and a Rush Meta, yes. Maybe Toronto Defiant. But I think the big thing that really hurts both of those teams is they don't have effective practice like they do in Korea. I think Korea is going to be better because they have better practice. It's one of the big things that people complained about when Overwatch League first moved to LA in 2018, that there just wasn't effective practice anywhere else other than in the Overwatch League.
Seems to have the mechanism to generate them with beautiful 3K off that overclock, the sound barrier used by Citrus Nation in fairness, but it gets them another stop here, taking Pirates.
I did not watch the Honeypot versus FTG game. Was it a meme?
Look how fast things turn on this point, right?
Deleting Symmetra is homophobic? Wait, Symmetra... I didn't even realize that Symmetra was... I don't know. I don't know. Sim is a gay icon? Okay, Sim is gay. Okay, I didn't even know that. Didn't know. We don't know her sexuality? Okay. So I'm homophobic, but we don't know her sexuality. Oh, so she isn't gay, but she's a gay icon, like Madonna. Right. Right, okay. I just play Symmetra. You know? I just think she's a stupid character. You can throw me with as many gay icons as you want. I think her teleport is really stupid, and I think her turrets are lame. I got nothing for you. What about that? What is even that thing? Riz? What about the slay? Okay. All right, Pip, get the cap. Well, that was a late rush. That was a mistake by neutral. Is this the last match for the day?
Towards the end, Citrus Nation. There was like you had lost your tank and at least another player there, so potentially they think they can win it, but nope, not having.
Oh, there's one more after this. Okay, nice. You're gonna be able to come back for this next fight. What's the match? Do we know what it is?
Use that Kitsune rush and get through probably one of the toughest parts of the map.
It's a speculative Kitsune rush. I guess you look like an absolute genius if you win.
What would be your death row meal steak? 100%. Bro, just get me a big ass steak with a bunch of sick ass sides. I'd get loaded fries. I'd get a baked potato. I would get fucking so many sides. But a good steak would go crazy. What cut of steak? I don't even know steak well enough to be able to. Probably Wagyu. Like, I don't think I'd want one big piece of steak. I think I'd want like some Wagyu with like on the side, but like then I would have steak. Like, cause I'd want like high quality beef, so I'd want Wagyu level beef, right? Well, okay, I know, but like, I would want steak, but I'd want some Wagyu beef, right? I'd want some like, I don't know, like fucking porterhouse, right? I'd want, but even porterhouse isn't like high quality. I don't know, I want the best one. I don't know. Bring me your finest cow. But I would want some Wagyu beef as well. Ribeye fillet? Yeah, sure that. Tomahawk, yeah. I don't know. Wagyu's a bit overrated. Yeah, I wouldn't want too much Wagyu, but it is melt in your mouth. It's like very nice, but it's very just like fatty, right? Like, not fatty, like buttery. Like, sometimes I just want the meat, you know? Sometimes I just want the meat in my mouth. You guys ever get that feeling? Oh, Zeb is dead. Jacob, where was the sound barrier? Maybe they didn't think Zeb was going to die that fast?
Yeah, I was going to say maybe there's an opportunity they touch, but no shot, man. As that is another fight win in overtime for Pirates in pajamas as they will take the second checkpoint. So
Custa, come to Turkey and I'll give you gout disease. Doesn't sound great. Don't know what gout disease is. Probably not that interested in it though. Appreciate the offer though.
I mean, Citrus Nation now, you've got to be starting to get tilted. You've kind of given things over
Custa can't be a gay icon. He's too straight. Yeah, I'm just too damn straight.
Chance here to strike for the very end of Shambali Monastery, which is a part of the map we rarely see traversed. I'll be moonlighting as a drywall demolisher if I lost this one. All right, here we go. Neutral punish there by Strider. This is momentum building for the Pirate team.
It's a disease that comes from eating too much meat. Oh, that sounds not bad.
Can they make use of it? No one's taking any bloody damage. There's the pulse. It does get Strider, but in the meantime, they've lost lethal, so still down in play. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Being a gay icon and being straight, that's true. That's true. I do consider myself an ally. I like to think that I'm very nice and accepting and open to anyone of who they want to be. Apparently, that's a difficult thing for some people to get by with, but, you know, that seems like the easy thing to do. How'd you ask Sab out? Sab actually asked me out, but it's a long story.
You're not going to be able to move the card, I think, from
because I'm a coward.
The overclock is going to force them back. You're going to get a little bit of breathing room here.
Still, so much of the map pushed through here by the attackers.
Giga Chad Sab, yeah. We got time. Well, it's honestly not that big of a deal, but it's like I was going to ask her out, but I was giving her time, you know, and I was just sort of, you know, because, you know, she'd been going through a breakup and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, you know, we're cool, you know, because we were friends for a long time before that. So, you know, I was in no rush, but then she accidentally asked me out. We came back from Disneyland and she was like, would you want to get, she was like, do you want to get dinner sometime? And I was like, because I was interested at this point. I was going to ask her out. I was like, just us? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, so like a date? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, of course, absolutely. Accidentally, she still will go to her grave saying it was an accident. I believe it was intentional, but you know. Cuss almost through the date. No, what do you mean through the date? That was so cute, I'm gonna vomit. You know what the funniest thing about this as well? I hope Sad doesn't mind me just divulging our life. We went to get ramen for our first date, and she didn't have a single bite of her meal. She was too nervous that she didn't eat a single thing. I'm chowing down on the ramen. Sav's like, I'm gonna need a box. Did you eat it and just said, no, because she was gonna eat it later, but you know. Now my wife also pushed her in her life. I was too in love with my cat, not gonna lie. Hell yeah.
So in that second fight, it does get used, but only for 4 players, and they can't recover from that. So really, the beats in that round.
I don't think I've ever eaten a single bite on any date ever. Really? Well, food's food. You should have eaten her food to establish dominance. That doesn't seem like... I feel like establishing dominance is not what I was going for on the first date.
Offense is you played pretty good defense, right?
But I would throw up. I'm too scared. And my cat is male. Damn, dude. T-steroid.
So you finish with some, right? You get a little bit of buffer there.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that slide, Lethal. I guess Jacob was coming along with him. Clearly, whatever you did work. No, see, but the thing is, I've never been on a date. I've never been on a date. Actually, that's just it. Of where it wasn't a slam dunk. You know, like where it's uncertain if you like each other. You know? Because I'm a coward. I've never asked someone out on a date who I didn't know very well and just like go on our thing. I've been fortunate that, well, actually, maybe it's not even fortunate. I was just a coward because I didn't go on a lot of dates. So I go for the strategy of you spend a really long time with them as friends, and then once you know that you like them, then you ask them out. You know, that's my strategy. But that doesn't always work because that's not a thing that happens to everyone. Playing the 5D chess, yeah. They can't say no or deny you if you've already got it locked down. Yeah, then you ruin a friendship. Well, yeah, or you meet the love of your life. You gotta know it's a slam dunk. First dates, it sounds fucking awful. First dates with strangers. That sounds terrible. And I'm sorry because I know people have to go through this. Because, you know, it's just how you meet people, I understand. But as someone who was fortunate enough to not have to go through, it sounds awful. It sounds hard having to, like, relate to someone and get to know someone in such a short amount of time. I feel like there'd just be so many red flags all over the place. Introverts versus extroverts. Yeah, I'm an introvert. I'm an introvert. I'm not very extroverted.
Here's where I would definitely be worried though if I was Citrus Nation. Like
My first date with my fiance was the scariest thing I've ever done. We were strangers. Hey, it all works out. So it definitely can work.
save something. I mean, I think that is curious.
So that a large portion of couples right now met through dating apps was because it's just the easiest way to do it, right? I also think it's like dating apps is like where you can sort of do it. But I feel like even dating apps would be difficult because I feel like surely people just lie, right, about things all the time on their dating profile or like omit important information on their dating profiles, like, you know. Yeah, I feel like that'd be hard to deal with. You have to treat it as real life. It's just a game. Well, that's what I do. Interesting. I'm very much not an introvert. Deus is just for me to tell me I look hot. So you're just doing it. Oh, like, yo, let Divinity live. Just 6'7", definitely not racist. Oh yeah, photos from like 5+ years ago. Yeah, that's true. So you look way younger and that kind of stuff. I'd never say on my Tinder profile I'm a convicted felon. Yeah, and that's it, right? It's like you're just gonna keep things. Probably the most crucial parts about you aren't gonna be in the bio, right? I've learned from dating apps that 99% of the women spend their time going for hikes. Dude, the number of people who like long walks on the beach, but they live nowhere near a beach is crazy. Yo, what's up, Scorpio King?
Citrus Nation didn't have much to work with there. Pirates and Pajamas used everything.
They had a Kitsune rush.
The only thing I miss about California is the beach. I don't really go to the beach. I live in California. I'm actually not too far from the beach, and we don't go to the beach. We should really go more, but honestly, I'm kind of like spoiled. I grew up in Adelaide, Australia, where we just had like white sand beaches, just like very close to us. So it's like the beaches here just aren't very nice. And it's also like in LA, it's not like you just go and you just park near there and you walk down to the beach. It's like, oh no, you got to find a parking spot and you got to pay $10 for the parking spot. And then you got to find an empty plot of land. Don't mind the trash cans that are everywhere. Let me see if I can pull up a picture.
You do have that sick defender spawn advantage there towards the end of the map, right?
Well, let me show you. I have a picture of it. I can show you what my beach looks like, because I got a piece of artwork from I think it was from my mum. Of it. Where is it? I wonder if I could search beach and it would work.
Support ultimates here in a position to win the map with a decent amount of time bank. These are all very positive notes for Citrus Nation.
Who's winning?
After suffering great disappointment on their defense, they might be in a position to avert this reverse sweep.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Very good looks for them now. They just
wait, how do I?
I mean, a few fights in a row they lost Magic 8 Ball first, so it'll be Stone will get on, get a touch.
Here's the rush.
So you're gonna have overclock here as well.
They're running. They're gunning. Citrus Nation here, push up ahead of the Kitsune Rush and still holding onto the beat. It's got to be now! Jacob, not again! No.
Did Jacob's dead? Jacob, use the sound barrier!
Of that terror surge. So that Jacob, maybe they tracked the beat, I'm not sure. Either way, losing a Lucio there. That's a hard reset. Now 90 seconds left. Oh. It was so close, Matt.
Send it in Discord? Yeah.
So close.
I mean, now what? You're gonna be...
Now, wait, let's finish this and then I'll show you what it looks like.
In pajamas.
At least he didn't terror jacks that because it's not like
Alright, minute 20, let's finish this.
It's like Gravity Flux where you can just get your rolled off straight away because the game treats the ground as being right under you even though you're up there. You get launched up into the air slowed and you've got to touch the ground again after ulting, so it's super risky.
Then all the fucking tourists arrive, yeah. Beat into the rush doesn't feel very good. Chronic overclock. Oh, nice shot. Whoa, they're committing. Lethal's going for it. Tap's farming. Wait, Strider kills the Tracer? They have a closer spawn. Maple with the sound barrier is pretty good. Chronic comebacks Widow. Headshot after. Oh, the Terror Surge is a problem. Oh my god, this continues. Holy shit. All right, 1 second.
They finished the map, and they're staying alive in this one. My goodness, 34 seconds separate these two squads.
Oh, that is too close. I would have felt horrible for
All right.
Jacob and Citrus Nation if it would have ended like that.
So this is the beach that we have. So I'm one of these houses. We're one of these houses. I'm not going to tell you which one because fucking ducks. But this is the beach that we have. Like this is our beach house. It's about an hour, I think, and this is where we go from Chris. And this is how empty the beach is. Like 95% of the time. Obviously, like over the summer and like the most important days is thing. But like, and this beach goes like you can walk like 3 hours to the right, and it'll stay like this. And that's why I'm like, I hate the beaches out here because this is like, we literally have like a path that we just walk down over here and you're on the beach.
Making first place is the way to win this for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna start right side. Looking for spears early.
Get an ATV. No. Well, here's the thing. You say get an ATV. We don't allow ATVs because that shit's annoying as fuck.
Did you like get caught out?
You're not allowed to have an ATV on the beach. Beach is for standing and walking and swimming.
We got these guys.
Is that Cali? That's Australia.
Let's go, let's go. Ori. Surprise, surprise.
Wait, are they Zen? I don't think so. You're my own orbs. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that always gets me is like California. There's obviously just so many fucking people that if there's ever a good day to go to the beach, it's just massively overcrowded. Send to pick a beach in Scotland. Oh yeah. You said hit me.
They're going top side, as you've heard, very quickly. Look at this, Pirates of Pajamas see an opening. They're going to try to exploit it here. Clear comms was the call, and then Divinity's just like stream of consciousness talking about there's another Zen in play. That's funny. The Pirates of Pajamas here. They're in trouble.
Oh, they're losing this fight. Pip's in trouble.
So Zeb just walks up, saves his for later. 10 seconds left. Pirates of Pajamas, they let that one get away from them.
Okay, not bad. That's holdable though. Holdable. All right, 1 second. I gotta go to the bathroom.
It looks like if anybody would be Stone. Hinder in the mix though. So be Strider does get a touch, will fall.
Very quickly, Stone able to make his way towards the car. Chronic with a spin over towards Sombra here. They're going to be forced away. Recall has to be used by Stone to touch, and they're going to be brought down. Zeb creating so much spacing right now. And Citrus Nation are all over this one. Juice Benders, baby. You'll have to see it. And they've got 90 seconds to equal that total of 42.22 meters.
Yeah, I think the Cassidy is like an interesting pick there. It seems like maybe that's kind of like what kind of threw Pirates in Pajamas off because they were like, oh, well, it's Cass. They kind of like tried to rush and knock them off that high ground. But then you just kind of get stuck in this mid-range battle, right? Where like if your Sojourn doesn't nail the shots, that's where the Cassidy is just putting out so much damage, right?
It's the haunts,
in that close quarter area.
There's Orisa cooldowns as well. I mean, like, talking to Jake and Johnny about it, it's like they're so crucial. You can really exploit an Orisa that pops those cooldowns early and isn't able to get value from it. Like if you disengage away from like a fortifying spear spinning Orisa, come back in with your own speed. They've already used their speed boost. They've already used their fortify. They've already used all of that stuff. You just slam the Orisa. So if you get too ahead of yourself, you're going to lose out in these engagements by just overheating. Let's listen to Citrus Nation, Matt. They're going to now game plan. They know exactly what they have to do to win this entire series here and now.
All right.
Get a random pick. If we get a random pick in the middle of the
Scotland seems cool as well. I've heard a lot of good things about Scotland.
they're gonna panic penetrate.
It's not always rainy, don't worry. Big selling point. Just 90% of the time. Check DMs. Oh, God. I'm trying to get me a
Jeez, they make you sound like you're verbose, Matt.
Oh, shit.
Crazy.
No, they were just focused. They're locked in.
That does look like the Caribbean. All right, one second.
Some people don't need to just bust out a
Holy shit. One second. We'll have a look at this again in a second after this round. All right. Minute 15. Citrus Nation keeping their dreams alive. Pip in the jaws of defeat.
So much.
But they're trying to complete the reverse sweep.
I don't even know if I have a book I can go grab right now.
No, that checks out, man, honestly. Giving a bit of space here, and Citrus Nation are chilling as they put it in the calls because they just have to win the one fight. They've advanced so far here with the card. It's those Orisa cooldowns. We've seen the spear spin. Here comes Strider. Lethal a little bit low core. The front line is just able to fold away.
Why did... What just happened to Lethal that he ended up in the air like that? Did he... Oh, Chronic gets Zeb is huge. They reset. Oh, never mind. Commit. Maple's gonna get back quick. Oh my god. Strider's going for it. Strider overextended. Oh my god. If Divinity gets up to the... They need to get up to the ultimates. Neutral has the ultimate. You might think you have the advantage here. You should probably pop this sooner rather than later. Sozu out early. Strider's dead. Strider's dead. Strider's dead. Oh, Jacob Ajax. Oh my god. Kronk. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh my god, the Jacob Ajax at the end there.
That was way too close for comfort at the end, man, where it looked like potentially Pirates in Pajamas was going to put together a crazy hold.
Any wee ones?
Job, though, of like pressuring out Strider there at the end. If they don't get that kill on him, or even if he's a little bit healthier at the time than that Kitsune Rush drops, I mean, they are in serious trouble where this series, you know, considering how game 1 and game 2 went, you know, really nice comeback there from Pirates in Pajamas, just not enough at the end.
They do recognize that, like, even a lost fight, if you take a kill or two, you're inherently advantaged because of your spawn, you know, proximity. So
I need a Hugo Box live reaction. Pip was on the comeback. Yeah. Almost reverse swept. Yeah, that was a crazy series, honestly.
There's a lot to talk about, a lot to break down, and for all that, we're gonna head over to our desk. What a slobberknocker!
Yeah, what a match! I mean, closest series we got to see so far today, and what a series it was. Pip almost getting that reverse sweep, but it shall not be. Some heroics from the other side. Tap and Lethal like stepping it up right there at the very end. That was a cool.
Is this in the middle of fucking nowhere? Like, where is this? Where are the people?
To call, but I think, I mean, for Citrus, right, to go up 0-2 or 2-0 rather in the series, and then Pip almost bringing it back. Many teams would have already fallen by that point, right? Like your mental is just.
Yeah, it feels like you know, AI generation. It's in the middle of nowhere, so it doesn't count if it's in the middle of nowhere.
Arguably, it's an upset, but I really think these teams are pretty.
If you can't get here, then it doesn't matter how beautiful it is.
Chronic can't do more.
No.
Chronic can't do more. Like, he just completely went off. This C9. Oh.
Maybe they're under the water. Are there merfolk?
Like Pariso, off map, off comp. You know, obviously it's something different. They've been practicing. They brought out dive instead, but it didn't work out. Got first point held. Whatever. Go next. I think you're kicking yourself. You lost that map, but like really, it came down to the Orisa compositions, and this second half is really.
It's like 4 hours for me, right?
Off on the hits.
Adam, are you a mer person?
To close it out, honestly. Look, I'm the biggest Jacob fan out there. #1 Jacob fan. So, some of the beats, and sometimes you gotta get the beats out. You know, maybe need a little bit more better sound barrier usage going into the next round.
Honestly, he's more patient than some people I've seen. I feel like the beats are not that bad.
On it with the Lucio.
I mean, I've been watching Lucio's. They aggro beat. You guys, you don't want to push in with beat. It's not that good unless it's very certain.
I couldn't possibly comment. Damn, dude, he's a merfolk. I fucking knew it.
Here, though, I think he should beat. If he beats this, I think they win that fight. Ooh.
He's been secretly rating every single beat happening back.
He's aquatic. We fucking knew it, chat. We got him.
Yeah.
Get your pitchforks. We take him down.
Have said that he should be playing Lucio. He would do better.
Put me in.
Oh, Jake has been sitting in the green room, just like, oh, let me play Lucio.
The thing is, I can't play Lucio. Let me just like take over your brain when you have sound barrier, and I will be for you.
He'll take your job, just like he took other people's jobs in Outlaw.
Tap getting that player of the match.
Go back to my. If I had infinite money, where would I go? I want to change mine to Hobbiton in in New Zealand. Yeah, it looks beautiful out there. Homophobic and merphobic today? Well, you know, one of those is very different to the others. You have a legit trident. You have a trident. Why did you get a? I guess that's kind of cool, actually. Is that like the one you get from when you kill the boss?
Give an amazing advantage to your team, right? So it comes down to these small details.
Wait, his name's Adam. What does a dam hold? Water? Where do mermaids live? Exactly. I'm following what you're cooking here, Ralph.
One kind of like ability rotation.
JD was looking at Widowmaker rifles on Etsy earlier today. Shouldn't he buy something of a hero that he's good at?
Value, and Citrus Nation just comes back and pushes them over with
Zing!
it's a brutal meta because
Guys, did you know there are a mountain in Jupiter's moon? I named after Mount Doom from Lord of the Rings. Wait, really?
And if you have good hit scans on the map, that will happen. Especially if you have...
What a way to join stream. Yo, what's up, Cambosh?
Joining us for a winner's interview. I hope he's with us right now. It starts like the...
Is he with us right now?
He can hear us. He can hear us. We can hear you too. Lethal, congratulations on the dub. Let's talk about how you got it done, because you and your team went up 2-0, but then Pip almost brought it back. So heading into that 5th map, what did you guys want to focus on?
The biggest thing was I told the team, like, you know what's worse than getting reverse sweep? Failing the reverse sweep. So the pressure was back onto them at the end of that map. So I got that unk experience, you know. So talking to my younglings.
That's true, actually. That's a deep lore. When, you know, if the enemy thinks they're gonna reverse sweep you and you take it all away from them, you were just toying with them really on maps 3 and 4.
Yeah. What were your thoughts going into map 5? You know, you've been up 2-0, but then they come back 2-2. What was the talk going into Shambhala Monastery?
I noticed that they were just winning those last 2 maps we lost just on ults. So I said, like, listen, we're only losing this because of ult disadvantages. Focus on that and we literally just win. And then we did it. I mean, we kind of whiffed ults on this Shambhala. That's why we didn't, you know, full held and full cap, but I just said work on our ults and we will win like 1,000%.
Yeah, fair.
Cheese creep pick as well.
Wait, do you guys hear it, or is it a little loud? Let me turn it up.
Yeah, I like the cast though in the overtime, right? Like in most of the maps, Soj probably looks better, but here on first point, you know, this is like nice arena for you on the Cassidy. So I'm curious how you see those two heroes in the map.
Well, but you don't want to go to Salt Lake City. There's no reason for you to want to go to Salt Lake City. It's not that cool.
Serious playtime competing with Sojourn. How do you see the two heroes in the meta? And for the players at home, you know, how should they think about Cassidy versus Sojourn?
I want to see the school they shot High School Musical. It's not gonna be that. It's not enchanting. It's not that enchanting. It's probably gonna be very disappointing.
Okay, just go Kree. I mean, it's more in depth than that, to be honest. But
Soul Flats are pretty cool. That would be cool, actually. The Soul Flats.
I think Kree is better on every map than Soj, but Soj is just easier in officials because, like, I'm just gonna pre-fire everyone, you know.
Well, you're looking clean on either of them, and we can't wait to see more of that. Congratulations once again, and best of luck in your next match.
It is enchanting. Don't listen to Custa's lies. I've also never been there, but I from everything I've heard, it doesn't sound that enlightening.
Oh my goodness, I dropped 50. You guys saw that?
Got robbed.
I don't make those decisions.
Not to throw any
I gotta complain.
I'll talk with the higher ups.
We give you like
Next time I go for 100.
Yeah, you got to do 100, but you don't get an MVP unless you get a hundo bomb.
Okay. Maybe next
30k damage.
I'll see you later.
But you know what? I love that you're advocating for yourself. That's how it should be. Thank you so much for joining.
Oh my god.
That's a first.
All right,
I
thank
like
you for
it
having me, guys.
I like a real conversation. Thank you, Lethal. You know, it's good.
He did put up a big series. I think it's fair to say. I think Tap also performed admirably there.
And also a bit of a leader. You know,
you
see the flanks, you see the engages, and like Lethal.
All right. What's the last game, chat? What's the last game of the day?
It isn't just quiet and like mutes mic in a rank. Then it's just like, oh, I just shoot heads. Like, no. What do you want to do with your overclock? How can we set you up to succeed?
Also, the newest member of that team heading into this.
Who is Goldfish versus FMCL?
Was he not? He was not with them stay.
Yeah. So I mean, Lethal and Tap have played together for years. They've been like friends for years, as I recall.
And yet he's not happy for Tap.
That's the thing. It makes you question. It makes you question. Tap, you gotta ask yourself, Lethal wants your MVP. Like, is that how it is? Yeah. He won't let you just have the MVP. And
Easy seek a win. All right. I believe it.
It's not a bad
yeah, and I don't really care for the team, the Goldfish team, because they kind of owned us. They're the reason that we're not here anymore.
Very, very close match. And we now get to look at our bracket once again.
Yay, brackets!
This is where we're currently at.
LGM80. I am ready. I'm so excited.
That's another big match.
That is a good match. LGM80 is a good match.
This unfortunately means, of course, that Pip are eliminated from the main
Rip Pip.
event. Any last words to see them off?
Didn't even get to see Strider Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, a disappointing result, but I mean, this has kind of been the story of Pip so far for me in OWCS.
It's kind of sad that Wrecking Ball didn't get any better. I guess Arist is just so strong right now, but yeah, I was hoping with the changes that Wrecking Ball would get a little better.
Gelled, but I think they, still need to take it to the next level, right? Citrus Nation is a tough opponent, but there's even much more tough teams, right? Like going on further into the bracket. So if Pip wants to really make it to that next level, they'll need to be able to win matches like this with ease.
That's right. Well, we do have another elimination match coming up right after a quick break, so don't go anywhere.
See, if I get eliminated, I want them to win. So I at least get eliminated by the best team personally. Well, I did feel that way, but they're not going to win. So I'm kind of preying on their downfall at this point, you know? I want them to feel my pain. Understandable, yeah. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, though. You know, you want by transitive properties that you're a great team. But I feel like I've given up on that dream. You know, I've accepted that we suck. How long has Jake had a tattoo? We actually were talking about it earlier because I didn't know how long Jake's had a tattoo for as well. Apparently it's like a few months now. Must not see his thirst traps, yeah. What have you been doing with your life? You haven't been looking at Jake's back muscles. Ugh. What's Jake been doing with himself these days? Liz, you would know. Because, yeah, he hasn't been streaming that much, has he? Has he been doing OWCS stuff? And his coaching thing. I guess he's been doing his coaching thing, probably, right? Why aren't you a part of the live team today? They didn't, they don't like me. No, I was only filling in for the 3 weekends, the 3 days that I did prior. I was just filling in for people because they're away, but unfortunately, I'm still not a part of the broadcast team. They're lame then. Yeah, facts. Yeah, and they hate Australians except for Mitch. You get paid for the casting you did for OWCS? Absolutely. The fuck? Hey, they tried to not pay me. You better believe I would not be there. You're an awesome caster. There you go. I appreciate that. Obviously, I'd love to work more, but they have limited positions. So. I wish Matt got stuck in Australia. Yeah. If anyone sees Matt, if you can just punch him in the throat real quick, that would help me a lot. So let's get on it. Chop, chop. Funny said the same thing about you. That's crazy. What did Matt do? You know, just he was being Matt. Well, it's like, Pommy, your stream vibes are great. I'm at work watching. Hell yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. We're vibing. Everyone should be paid in exposure. Exposure is just the benefits that you get. I'm definitely working right now, dude. The number of people in here who are working right now is the true classic. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm really busy. I got work. I work a really hard 9-to-5 job. And then I feel like 90% of people who say that, they're just like, they're just out here, just hanging out with me. I'm working. Ah, Gavin, yes. Working, yes. Market research. Just checking in what's going with OWCS. See what's going on with the streamers. See what they're saying. Good thinking, Gavin. I'm also on my second glass of wine. Okay, you're drinking and watching streams while working? Damn, honestly, I want whatever job you got. It's 3 a.m. What the fuck are you talking about work? Where's it 3 a.m.? Europe? That's gotta be Europe. Austria, that'll do it. Software engineer, remote work from home, hell yeah. 5:50 a.m. Yo, boo, go to sleep or have a cup of coffee, depending on how early you wake up. If you're Jaws and you wake up at 3 a.m., then yeah, you know, I guess it makes sense. Or a glass of wine, or you know, 5:50 a.m. glass of wine also goes kind of crazy. DGen Europe, Owsley, love to see it. At 5:50 a.m. Shui. How did you get into casting? Like, where did you start? I'm new to the Overwatch scene. I've applied to co-stream and haven't heard anything. Wonder if it's because I'm a nobody. For the co-streaming stuff, you should be able to hopefully find a way to get into it. My casting path is kind of unheard of or like more difficult because the way I got into casting is I used to be a pro Overwatch player. So as I was a pro player, when I was planning on retiring, I ended up going and talking to them and the people who do the casting, the talent managers who get the people to cast. I ended up talking to them and I was able to transition because I was a player and become an analytical caster. And I started on the desk for, how long did I do the desk for? 3 years? 2020, 2021, 2022. Good times.
I mean, in that last match against M80, Seeker was carrying tons and tons of picks from the hit scan. The rest of the team, I don't think...
Yeah, it's not. I think it's not that it isn't unheard of, Sharkbait. Like, it's very common, especially in like sports, you know, pro players and stuff like that in esports. It's just like if you're not a pro player, you can't follow my path. You know what I mean? Because pretty much the whole thing is built around your experience, right?
Renko better never stop.
Yeah, we should get Renko cam.
Renko cam. Only Renko cam.
After your Overwatch matches, no. I as I said, I was only filling in for people that weren't there. I would love to cast, as I said. Oh my god, the goldfish in the back.
Those are one of the most troll, like, player hero selections I've seen. They have 3 tanks.
Yeah.
They'd be vibing. I think that's just like whoever you like.
Dude, where's Jaws? Somebody get Jaws. They let Jaws into the production room.
A legit comp up there, you know? It's like Cass, May, Ryan, Bap, Lucio. It's like, let's go. These things, they fit together.
Except Christopher picked Wrecking Ball. I've only seen Christopher's Reinhardt.
He's not gonna. He can get silly.
Hey, yo, me and Christopher, we went head to head back in the day. Yeah.
Those days are long. Like that's.
Hey, they take my professional consultation, but hey, I appreciate you guys advocating for me. So we'll see. As I said, I'd love to cast, continue casting as we hang out, but it is what it is. Jaws posted back shots of Johnny on Twitter earlier.
Is Goldfish? I mean, like, is this just a person named Goldfish, or is there more? Exactly.
Hey, it seems like the desk has changed since I've been there.
Or is this a proper noun?
Where are you going?
I mean, is this a proper noun or a common?
I said what I said. Yeah, that's a married man. That's true. Jaws. Jaws is a home wrecker. You heard it here first, chat.
Which one?
Well, that one. Because we may or may not find out. There it is. This is goldfish. That is goldfish.
With the Arnold poster? I love it.
Winning
That's amazing.
already. Okay, so you are goldfish. Your identity, for whatever reason, has been kept a secret. Is there any rhyme or reason to this, or why keeping everyone in suspense? Sleepless nights on my side, all group stage long.
Well, the reason that I kind of kept it, the reason I kind of kept it like a secret for a bit is that I played competitively previously, and I kind of was like trying to like move away from playing, and you know, I was just asked to play with my friends, and I figured that I would just play under a different alias than what I went under before.
Oh. So is it your team? Like, are you team captain Goldfish on who is Goldfish? Like, what's going on here?
It's a power play.
Nah, I'm not really a team captain, I don't think. I would say that it's more of a... I mean, it was a team that was put together at the last second by Debit. He's a manager for a few teams. And
did you get cancelled? Oh, no.
Because a couple of the players on this team wanted to play...
Liz asking the questions that the desk is definitely not going to ask.
Towards roster lock, so...
Is he a rapist? Yo! Chill. Wait, no. Okay, chill. Liz, you essentially asked the same question. Yeah, in Gish's defense, you asked the same question. Theirs was just a lot more explicit. What about chat? You're good. You're good.
We had a good time, and it feels great to have made top 8. So really exciting.
Well, you had a good time, and
By asking PRSP, that's true. You did sugarcoat it.
From you, so I let your head get back into
They just said it. Yeah, exactly.
Coming up to stay alive. Best of luck to you and your team, and thank you so much for taking.
Dude, that'd be so awkward if that ended up coming true. What was his name before? Yeah, well, it's a good question.
It's great to see the team make it this far. I just learned from production. They're the only 16th seed qualifier to make it to a main event, which may be not surprising. They're the only 16th seed to win a map in the group stage.
A map?
Yeah, the other 16 seeds not looking so good.
Well, there was only one. Oh, actually, I guess there's EU as well.
17 seed.
That's it, though?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, I love that for you.
You know?
I'm not going to take that away from you. Well, now they have to go up against FMCL, which, of course, have to be considered the favorite heading into this match. But we had biggest surprises in Overwatch history.
Have we?
I think so. I think we've seen some pretty big surprises.
Bro, can you imagine how fucking terrible that would have been if they're like, here's Goldfish, and they put it on the screen and it was Dream Casper? Holy shit. Because, like, maybe Face It don't know, right? That would have been, like, the worst timeline of all fucking time. Because maybe they just didn't know. That'd be so fucked up.
But that's going to be locked behind a paywall. We're not going to give out any freebies for now. Of course, chat very much clearly in favor of FMCL.
Not gonna lie, I would have lied. Like, what would they have done? Like, what would they have done? Like, because Johnny would probably recognize him. Jake would recognize. So, yeah, all three of them would have recognized them.
On top of this one, so once more
Get up and leave. I would absolutely be like, cut the cam. Cut the cams. Get it out of here.
Was Goldfish, though? Because he said that he played under a different name.
Yeah, he used to be somebody else.
I didn't want to put him on the spot like that. I just felt it would be rude.
Home Slice got on camera, though.
Home Slice got on camera, though. I don't know why that seems it's such a funny play of word, but Home Slice got on camera, though.
Anything actually? No, nothing actually got solved.
We got a face now, so detectives are on it.
Don't.
Oh yeah. We raised the issue. We raised the issue up the pole.
My favorite story is that the Outstage 1 Season 1 finals, I sat behind Dreamcast's parents who told me to shut up at least 3 times because I was yelling for Jake. Well, I think there's 2 people wrong in that. First of all, for you, Liz, you don't be a screamer, Especially when Jake comes on the screen.
It's a great advertisement for his supplementary content, isn't it? It's like, I'll give you a little teaser.
I'm not a screamer, I'm a woo girl. Woo! Do I sense some hostility? Do I have some residual gripes with the screeches of that? Don't be a screecher. It annoys me at sport as well. Like, just don't be that person. Don't be someone who is doing it in a way that is obviously going to be disruptive. If you want to cheer, you can be a woo girl. Don't be woo. Dude, we went to, actually, I told you this story. You guys remember when I said went to the Billboard's Women in Music thing? Bro, oh my fucking God. Carol G won, okay? Congratulations. We're cheering them on. People are huge fans. Carol G's South American. I don't know exactly where they're from. But South American, one of those countries. And the people behind us, first of all, they were drunk the entire fucking time. And they were just so annoying. But they came on and they screamed, like screeched, the entire speech from Carol G. She's speaking. And I don't even. She's speaking a different language, so I can't even understand what she's saying. But that wasn't the part. They're just screeching. I swear, 10 minutes, not even exaggerating. It was just and then it stops for a second. Then Carol G, and they just screamed the whole fucking time. And I've just never been so annoyed in my life. Like, I actually came out and my ears were ringing. More than I've been to at concerts for things. It's just, It was insane to me. Don't be that person. Sorry, that was a tangent, but that is, I just think you guys needed to know. Don't be that person. And racist, yeah. Were their names Johnny and Jack? No, they were two women.
Right there at the spot, and they take advantage with their comp.
We're making use of the Baptiste comp, instead of a Kiriko, which is definitely.
Can I moan in the crowd? No, you also cannot moan in the crowd. There's no moaning. Concert beat. I've been to a lot of concerts. Yeah. That's a long list of concerts. My favorite concert is still one of the ones that I've been to when I was younger, because it was very memorable. But I went to a Foo Fighters concert where Rise Against opened for him. That was a cool concert.
Going to be enough to save Seeker there as Azra finishes the job, and a Soundberry here for who is Goldfish. Mimone's Dragonblade.
That was pretty good, actually. Oh, wow. That was very impressive to get 2 kills out of that.
That fight was headed south awful quick there for FMCL. He salvaged it.
Yeah, Ariel has the
Oh, nice. They got Goldfish up.
Needed, right? As Renko's going to help finish off. Goldfish there has the immortality field keeping himself alive. That is a chaotic fight, but it's FMC.
You come to the OWCS finals in Sweden? Nothing planned at this point. Considering I'm not expecting to work. Rip Taylor Hawkins? Yeah, that was really sad. Sounds like a banger concert. Yeah, that was a good one. My moan is Welsh Esports' second gift to Esports to Overwatch behind Grey. Really? You're gonna rank my moan below Grey?
Azra gets a kill there. Nice railgun shot. Everybody else will fall for FMCL. So who is Goldfish?
You go to Dallas? No, I'm not going to be going to Dallas. I'm definitely not going to Dallas because I already have something planned on that weekend.
Just based on the stronger positioning of FMCL and the ultimate sort of parity between the two. But they were able to find some picks without ultimates. That's really.
See what the fuck you doing? Get stuck? Says fuck we ball press. Wait, did he? I missed that if I haven't. You going to Padicon? Yes. You seen Welsh Grey play by Overwatch? Fortunately not. Patagon D's nuts. Oh, here comes the dust ult. Yeah, that might have been too aggressive. Yeah, I think you just disengage from that rush. Is Renko dead? Yeah, Renko's dead. Didn't have the lamp.
Just after getting the Ant Matrix down, is blown up. Goldfish found a kunai, but the spear from Dust was surely a big part of that. And FMCL can't make any use of that Ant Matrix at all. It's in a weird spot to start with. And then they lost Renko, has to switch to the...
Does jab spin block a wrist roll? No. It only really stops projectiles and bullets.
Goldfish putting up a much better fight now, right? Looking really strong, pushing up, right? Renko drops that Ant Matrix, and then it just gets taken out instantly. Now forces a Kiriko swap, as this will be...
Ajax can theoretically be applied to any hero, yeah. I agree. There's some Ajax purists out here who don't agree, but heck 'em. Right after Barbie, and I swear the drummer looked like older Ken, and then I screamed Mojo Dojo Casa House during his drum solo, and mad everyone. Dude, Welby's just yelling for the crowd.
Finally, Dusty's brought down. That took a lot of work, though, to get rid of the Orisa. And after that, who is Goldfish will actually capitulate and crumble.
Pretty close round, though. Right?
They're all there for me.
This is a 16 seed. And who is Goldfish? Obviously making it all the way here to the main event. It's like a huge accomplishment.
When DJ Carl was at I yelled, he doesn't eat out. That's my contribution. We'll miss you at DreamHack. It's going to be my first event. I'm excited. You have fun. DreamHack live events for esports are like so much fun. It'll be interesting to see how cool it is. Yeah, obviously first LAN for OWCS. Be cool to get everyone coming together. LANs are the best, yeah. LANs are what makes esports great. If you've never been to a LAN, you don't really appreciate esports for everything that it can be. No, BlizzCon is sad. It is very sad, but it makes sense.
Over the Ash here, so Ash Sigma could play from like that, longer kind of like almost bridge-like side.
Here we go, out of the gates. Ariel with the Sigma. Yeah, that makes sense to see the Ash paired with his now. Who is Goldfish, though? If they sort of read this composition, they know they want to close the gap early and often. At least get into
They need to play fast.
Yeah,
I drove all the way to California to watch Fisher play for the Gladiators in the playoffs, and then he didn't play. Did you really enjoy watching iRemix play? What do you think of iRemix's tank?
In fact, especially once they close the gap enough for Dust to walk up on Ariel, excuse me.
Dynamite nails onto the Ramatra here, so not going to be able to kind of close that gap just yet.
So yeah, for being a Fisher fan. Oh my god.
Taking the point. Okay, now as I say that, that'll be Renko and Co.
You can't play Sigma against this. You cannot do that. They just push. I mean, the first kill I think was Renko, for God's sake. Dust having to push up very, very close. Clean up though decent. I say you can't play this because FMC would much rather be a more even footing, and yeah, switch.
They cancel. Wait, when did they cancel events in Paris?
Any sort of encroachment by the Ramatra, and oh my god, they are counter picking the Orisa setup with a poke comp of their own. I don't know. I'm not sure about this one because they don't switch DP. Well, they still have the Sojourn to play with, so this is fine. But I want to see what Ariel does about this.
Oh, the COVID homestands. Right. Yeah, I see what you mean. The Paris Eternal homestands. Yeah, I got you. I forgot about 2020 where they locked everything down and we lived inside for a year. Good times. Good times.
Yeah, I mean, you farm the Sigma shield for that charge with your Sojourn, right? If you play around the kinetic grasp, like your disruptor shots are still very impactful.
Just yeah, well, yeah, but we were starting to come out in 2021. You know, we were starting to dabble with going outside.
Setup, so see how long Seeker wants to stay on this, but there it is straight away. Gap closed there. Dust under pressure, force off that sort of neutral position.
2020 hours of fever dream, 100%.
Playing an off angle now. All of FMCL have to hide behind this, but Biz gets him in the pulse. At least gets rid of the immortality field from Renko, and Ariel goes down. The poke damage is working out. Who is Goldfish? Angling for the
Oh, ran the wrong way.
Finding great success.
Yeah, I mean they are taking it to FMCL at the moment, right? Holding on to both support ultimates here.
We started to dabble, and then a second wave came out. Well, yeah, back inside we go.
You'll have a Bob here, but
I've got an old Apex calendar signed by Gods, Shore4, Alarm, and Dokyeon. How much do you want to buy it for? Yeah, that's actually a crazy relic. I'm sure someone would buy it from me.
You can contest with that, of course. Sigma can't really contest himself. Like someone else has to go over there, but they can't be protected, shielded by him.
Well, that was the most... the least influential Bob I've ever seen. Oh, nice boot.
That's a no-no. That is big no. Nope, didn't see it. If I don't see it, it didn't happen. It can't hurt me. That is unfortunate, but again, that displacement is an issue when Sigma's concerned. Great.
Still remember when 2020 went Sandframe acquired Twilight? I don't know, what is my most memorable moment of 2020? I think it's just the house that we lived in. That fucking house, man.
It's a big play from Let to just knock Dust off the side where, no, it isn't that. No, it's another fight that looks like with the way that Who's Goldfish is playing that they would win, so...
I'm gonna go see what's on this part of the... Do the Emon call out? I'm gonna see what's down here. I think Biz is dead.
Because Sigma can't really operate if he's forced back into his own spawn. Gravitic Flux is for Dust here, but okay, well that would have been Astraf going over the edge anyway. The coach gun is pretty sweet in a pinch for that kind of displacement. Who's Goldfish need to make a change, and with this advantage, you can absolutely push up. Play this side.
Goldfish almost got him. They did reveal who Goldfish is, and we can confirm it's not Dreamcast, but...
They will be able to threaten, and this Sigma comp struggles to find a good staging ground here when they're forced off the map multiple times.
Content house, good shit, yeah. No, it's also not DJ Khaled, yeah. It's also not Danny.
Just kind of ended up in no man's land without a blink.
Rip Danny.
And then gotten a little bit of trouble. So
can they just contest with this?
Great to put pressure on the back line, but it's gonna be tough. I mean, this is gonna be
Oh, Biz dead is really bad.
That'll be the Tracer falling yet again.
I don't like it. I do not like it. You've got to step onto the point. There's a Sigma here, which seems so vulnerable a position to be in. And the Gravitic Flux is all well and good, but there's nothing to combo with, and Renko's going to have an immortality field. FMCL come up with the...
Did they drop Danny? Is he taking that? They did, just like Danny. Danny's only come in to fill in for when Zoe was out of the... was unable to do it, so... Do you guys remember when John Cena did Overwatch content and then we just never talked about it again? No, I do not remember when John Cena did Overwatch content. What year was that?
Second one, right? You were in control a lot of it, so I think obviously it ends up in a loss. I think it's
wait, that was this year? No, I don't remember.
Against FM.
Oh, the Overwatch 2 Sombra invasion. Oh yeah. Yeah, we just... That kind of came and went. I forgot about it, but I do remember he was like, they did the Sombra thing on like Flats' channel and stuff like that, right? And then he had that whole.
But when you have to filter in off of spawn, it could be kind of hard to get set up. And then who contests? Like who goes to the point?
We'll listen without music because it'll get us got.
You can't just force a fight when you want it. You have to like get a pick or get someone low enough to make it unhealable or unsuzuable or whatever. Immortality Field was there for Renko as well. So it's
the enigma.
They were switching so much early in the round. I would have liked to see another switch to something that actually, could answer the Orisa.
Well, it's like typically with tanks, right? Like you're almost choosing a little bit of a play style, right? In determining on like how a tank plays.
Yeah, whatever happened with this? It was a Sombra thing.
Feels like she can play every style at the moment, right? You want to play like in the opposing team's probably great. If you want to play a little bit, further away and defensive, you can do that.
What is this, a tracer pistol for ants?
The constant poking at range, right? That's probably where the Orisa falls. But there's not many comps that want to play that way, at least in Overwatch 2.
Well, that's what FMCL wanted. They wanted a Sigma into a Orisa matchup, right?
It was for the invasion PvE? Right. I wonder if it's something that they just like, they did and then they knew they didn't have follow through, so.
Said, let's just play Orisa. Let's just gap them with this comp. And they managed to do that in pretty stunning fashion there. So not getting poked down, not being threatened, having a great showing, and being able to play. Like I think the general consensus is that like.
You know what the worst thing about that is?
To the Sigma comp, being able to play that and still find success.
That probably was very expensive.
Pretty impressively once they had control of the
that's probably the worst thing. That's the thing. Now I know more about like how like these things work. That was probably dumb expensive.
Which is pretty treacherous, and it's easy to get caught out here. Seen plenty of teams mix the Winston play in.
I have they ever come out and said that they're not doing story missions anymore? I feel like that's the assumption, but is there a were they like, yeah, we're kind of done with it? I feel like that's the assumption, but I think they did, right? I feel like, or at least like Aaron alluded to it. Oh no, it kind of leaked. That's right. It was a tweet, wasn't it?
It'll be FMCL on D.
Or something like that, but yeah.
Be playing the Orisa on D, where who is Goldfish still some time. I'd love to see like what their version of like a dive looks like. Trying to like.
They fired the team on it, yeah. So I just don't think the story missions did that well. They were cool, but yeah. I understand why.
We've already seen
Mankey.
We saw this in the earlier series on Paraiso where the Winston comp suffered. Let's though hear who is Goldfish are planning. How are they going to overcome with this Winston comp on Archinvolve?
Might be Echo Tracer. I am highly doubted though.
That was so boring to me. Well, as we said with the PvE when like it was first being like teased, we were like, if for the PvE to be successful, it needs to be replayable, right? And I think that's what their original scope was, but I think they just, they weren't able to pull it off. So like the mission was cool, right? We did it, but there's no reason for you to play it more than once, right? It's something that you play once and then you never play again, and that's kind of like not worth the time and money, especially if people would have to pay for it to make it make sense. Oh, Dust is so dead. Oh wow! Oh no! Yeah, the maps were crazy detailed, right? Like there was a lot of really cool stuff. I like them, yeah. But did you play them multiple times, Liz? Or did you play them and finish them once and then you?
That's kind of it, right? I mean, you see
stop.
Jump in. There's 3 players like all shooting at him, focusing him down. Then he has to just kind of live and dance through his bubble there, which Dust did a pretty good job of.
I played them multiple times. All right, damn. Liz is carrying.
Well, all right. I'm just gonna. I don't want to do this anymore.
That's hard. He almost got out.
Johnny's still so mad that Gothenburg's not a real map. Yeah. Swede yelling at Cloud. Damn. So Dust just gets off Winston. That's not a good sign. Oh, that's not a good sign.
So you are now playing at a distinct disadvantage.
Yeah, and I mean, you really see the power of the Cassidy.
Yeah, the Toronto mission was hard on Legendary.
Where the Sojourn's kind of like, peppering players down and big bursts.
I wish I'd make a Helldivers-esque Overwatch PvE would have been a really cool concept, actually. That's actually so true. If you had done Overwatch, but it was Helldivers, that actually is such a good point. That would have been a really good and successful idea. And like your repelling invasions, you could have like Omnic, and then you could have like other crises. Like that's a good point. I wanted Destiny. Yeah, I wanted Destiny as well. But yeah.
through the matrix. Both teams, in fact.
After 2 weeks, difficult to find others to play with, yeah. I think Helldivers and anything, yeah, like I guess any IP plus. Wait, did Lep just Ajax? Oh no, it went out.
Yeah, I mean it's the most kind of consistent.
I wanted Borderlands, yeah, Borderlands would have been cool as well.
Playing the mirror and trying to like force these types of comps. So, who's Goldfish on their second, third attempt trying with the mirror is able to break the setup there from FMCL. And now it's like, where does FMCL decide to set up on defense? They want to set up on top of the castle. Do they want to play close? At least at the start here, looks like we're going to be playing from that high ground.
All right, first point captured by Who is Goldfish, dub.
Play a little bit close, but looks like going to play from that natural high ground.
So we know the Arista comp on the attacking side has to cross.
The bots and Helldivers were much more interesting in the fight than the PvE ones. Yeah, I sort of see what you mean. It felt like they just have like a lot more, and it was. I wonder if it is something of like they're limited to the story missions and stuff. It's hard to know exactly where the limitations come. Can I just buy Helldivers? Why the fuck am I still here? I've never played it. I got Helldivers from Iron and I haven't played it that much if I'm being honest. But it's not really my kind of game. As I said, it would have to have really interesting IP to me for me to want to keep playing it a lot more. Seeker needs to die. Mexter HD. Think I just discovered free will. If at any time my friends want to play it, I just download it again. Yeah, it's a fun. If you have a lot of friends that play it, I think that would be the best opportunity to play it. The democracy stuff is very fun, right? I think as well we said, you really need a group of people to play with. Like I don't think it's fun to play solo for the most part.
Is a little too slippery. That air matrix here will keep FMCL quiet. They'll play back behind their own, but won't extend onto the bridge.
This High Noon should go crazy, no?
He wants to throw down.
Ah, it was a very aggressive beat. I don't know. I like that beat. They get left though, so and no touches. No touches. Call games are kind of really hard with strangers, yeah.
Enough there, so yeah, who is Goldfish? Just kind of moving it around.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, IMO. It's actually crazy that Overwatch still that big of a game, even though fans get owned by 5 Blizzard CEOs at the same time, literally every possible opportunity. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and I sort of said this earlier that the world is healing. It feels like Overwatch is healing, and it feels like it's getting back into a consistent space where it's like it's stable and it's gaining player bases. You know, you see it growing on Steam. I think it's in a good spot. Oh, good lamp. Yeah, obviously what happened with Overwatch was very sad. Like the direction it went to, and then it like got locked in, and then you know, we don't really know the impact that Bobby had on it, but pretty much everyone who was involved said it wasn't a good impact. So I think it proves how good the game concept and actual gameplay is. People forget that like Overwatch is like revolutionary with its movement and how crispy it feels and how fun it feels. Like, yeah, it kind of like buried itself, but like it is still just like an incredible game through and through.
Especially I feel like with Cassidy in the meta, right? Like this is his perfect effective range.
People underestimate how big Overwatch being on Steam is. People also underestimate how big Overwatch being free to play on console is as well. Being free to play on console is a huge deal. It's something that people can just install at any point and play, right?
He's completely unperturbed by it though. No follow-up. Very low is dust, very low sound barrier. Great timing. Seeker might have overextended for this, and he has. Azra punishes him from that little high ground platform.
Nothing feels like Overwatch, yeah.
Big damage off the Deadeye. Azra clearing that immortality field, and FMCL
it's why people who always complain about Overwatch, you're like, well, why don't you go play another game? They're like, no other game scratches that itch. I'm like, well, exactly, right? So it's obviously doing something right. This Biz Pulse Bomb needs to be pretty good. Never mind, Azrif gets him. Yeah, dude, who's Goldfish is going to cap? Are they going to finish with over a minute? Oh, they do. Wow, huge.
Terror Surge will end the round. Who's Goldfish finished with a minute to go?
It's like the same level as all. There's just nothing that does at the same level, yeah.
Right? You know, you play that or reset.
No aim assist is a pretty good selling point for competitive PC. Yeah, no aim assist. Like PC games are never gonna have aim assist, right?
Throughout the entire time is
For all its faults/issues, it's the only online multiplayer FPS I keep going back to play. And I think now that it has a consistent content schedule as well, people are gonna come and go and they'll be back and it'll be fine, right? I know the current team has been killing it. The things they've been made in the last year are way bigger and better than Overwatch teams did in years. And I think this team is allowed to cook in a stable environment for another 1 to 2 years, and the game will recover all of its lost goodwill and way more. I agree. I think you're already seeing people come back to Overwatch. You're seeing people like not really joke about it as much. And I think with a long roadmap for the future, I think it's really good. And we haven't really even seen the impact. We don't even really know what the impact of them getting acquired by Microsoft is going to be, because there was an article, I think it was more about the World of Warcraft team. But from what I've heard as well is like Microsoft hasn't really had any impact yet at the company. I think it seems like Blizz is kind of just functioning as it always has. Outside of the layoffs, obviously. So it'd be interesting to see if like Microsoft sort of like aids in like expanding or building or anything like that.
It'll be a mirror matchup. Actually, no, it'll be the Sojourn here.
The biggest impact was the night. Yeah, the layoffs is those things. So it's like that's the impact that obviously Microsoft comes in and it does. And now it's like, I guess sort of what I was saying is like, obviously they've sort of burnt everything down. I'm kind of curious to see what the rebuild looks like.
When we get to the second phase of the map might be critical. Wow, Biz overextends into that. But Zeke got Custa. I like the timing there for Dust.
Saying if I'm going to interfere, yeah, but it's also like how much are they going to hire, right? Like, so they let go of 1,900 employees, right? They're probably going to need to backfill at least some of those, right? Like they're going to need to replace. Obviously, when you do layoffs, that usually allows you to, you know, you burn it down, rehire, rebuild, reposition a lot of people. Bro's averages 3 deaths per minute. Yeah, my mode's really good. Yeah, maybe they do start outsourcing a lot of those kind of things, right? Overwatch needs to show, e.g. Arcane Fallout, to respark interest. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think shows do very well.
So FMCL, a lot of time to work with here. Really in a pretty good position. Who is Goldfish though?
You guys liked Arcane, right? I loved Arcane. It was fucking phenomenal. Did that make you guys play League of Legends anymore? I guess it gives you good faith. Fallout 76 is bigger than ever, yeah. But it's like, is it worth it from like a monetary perspective? Like, I think obviously if someone wants to do a Fallout show for you, you can like giving them your IP is always a good thing. But like, if it's gonna cost you a shit ton of money to run it, like I don't know.
And give up a little bit of this car push until it gets to the corner, I think.
That was cool, yeah. It was really cool. I agree. Like, and I think everyone agrees. You know, who is it? I think someone keeps making a tweet about it. I think it's Avril who's like, they should just do an animated show for Overwatch. It's like, I'm sure they wanted to at some point. It's just giga expensive. Like, animated shows are probably no joke and super expensive. It's like, how do you justify it? Do you see a story on Twitter of Riot artists saying they got offered a contract from an outsourcing company hours after they got fired from the same job at Riot during the layoffs? Well, as you said, I think, you know, Riot had a lot of layoffs as well. They might be doing the same thing. I feel like this is definitely what Esports is doing, is where they're just outsourcing all the things. Wait, you can stand on that? I thought you'd slide off of that. A lot of things of like contracting and outsourcing is just probably better than having in-house.
Sound barrier, but it's going to be the overclock from Seeker potentially up on that high ground. So are they gonna try and rap with a few players? Is that the kind of point?
Yeah, I don't trust Blizz with the show after the WoW movie. Yeah, the WoW movie was incredibly sad. I don't understand how they fucked up the WoW movie so bad. It wasn't interesting for people who didn't know WoW, and they didn't do a good job of like giving back to the WoW community. And that's something that I think Arcane really hit the nail on the head for. Is it was entertaining if you didn't know League of Legends, but it wasn't. But it was also so true to the source material. And so, like, if you played the games and you understood the world, it was so cool. There was so many nuggets and interesting things and characters. Like, and that's hard to do.
I mean, they came off the spawn, I guess, just in time. But their health pool still disappeared awfully quickly. So 4.5 minutes now. Again, this part of the map, doesn't matter who you are, how good you are, it's still hard to play into. So
kind of evil to lay some. Oh well, if they offered them, like I as I said, I didn't know if they offered them like less money than they had at Blizzard with no things, right? Like I don't really know like what the position of that role is, but yeah.
I think the players in FMCL are so experienced, they're gonna see that, I feel like, for a mile away.
Yeah, they don't. It's also possible that Who's Goldfish aren't giving themselves good fallback options, and
You can't do that with Overwatch. Yeah, I think Overwatch is a much harder sell because it's like you got like speaking Gorillas, you got Winton, you got like Omnix. Like I feel like it'd be hard to do. I think it could be done, but as I said, I think it's just hard to do. Are the cinematics / lore as impactful as it is? I think it really helps people feel attached to a game, right? Like I think the cinematics for Overwatch are super important and why so many people fell in love with the game and like the lore. And I think that's why they were so incentivized to like do the PvE game, but I don't think it needs to go past that. Peace out, Adam. Yeah, this is a quick time by FMCL. Even if it did a mini-series show, yeah, I don't know. I think right now they should just make as many cinematics as they can. Just keep making cinematics in their current form.
3 minutes.
But as I said, it's just really expensive. I don't even know if the people who made the cinematics are still at Blizzard. Right? Like,
It felt like they were like
do they have the tools to still make the cinematics? I would assume so, because I haven't heard anything, but maybe not.
And even when they got him down, right, he was able to take up a player or two each time. It was just a pretty rough thing to do.
They are? Okay.
that idea against the Sojourn with about
Even the original WoW cinematics, yeah. Like, I think the cinematics are just super cool. Like, and I think they need to keep doing them.
then like you can do a lot. But when you have the Kiriko, like even if you like force the Sojourn away, like section her off the rest of the team, Kiriko swoops like dashes into her and then can throw a Suzu wherever and give you that kind of window to play off of. Plus providing the direct healing. Whereas for BAP it's like a little bit uncomfortable to try and heal a player that gets displaced or like has to dash away from you.
Overwatch just doesn't have enough lore, exactly, right? Like the lore, I don't think the lore is that deep right now, right? Like Overwatch has lore and it has a lot of cool characters, but as people have said, it's a jumbled mess. A lot of the characters don't have lore that resonates together, right? There's only like 8 people from Overwatch that really like have that connection, and that you saw a lot of that in 0 Hour, right?
I think, yeah, for Who is Goldfish, I think the goal here is like, look,
Yeah, no, but I agree. It has a lot of lore, but it doesn't have cohesive lore. You'd have to do what you do in Arcane, right? Where, like, when Arcane did it, they only really dug into the storyline of, what, 10 characters, really? Like, in that sort of... It was like Piltover and... Zorn? No, not Zorn. Piltover and one of the other ones. But, like... So if you're going to do it for Overwatch, you'd have to only really tap into one. You'd probably go down, like, the 0 Hour storyline of, like, stopping, you know, the bad guys. And they changed the thing. Oh, yeah, the League of Legends lore was a mess back in the day. I think they've done a much better job of, like, tightening it up, but there are characters and things that just made no sense. But I don't know. Personally, I don't think they should invest the time and resources into making a show. I think if someone comes to them and say, hey, we want to make a show and it worked out the best for everyone, great. I really like the... Oh, nice shot. I really like the direction that sort of Aaron has talked about, where it's like, we're going to focus our time and energy and resources on making a really good PvP game that people want to play and people enjoy playing, right? I think that is the best thing they can do. I think the rest of that shit is just noise. That helps, but it also sometimes doesn't help because that shit's expensive. And if it doesn't land, that's just money down the drain. A la fucking John Cena, you can't see me like shit, right? Like, what did that do? That accomplished absolutely nothing. And it was probably very expensive.
come back with, at least sound barrier here, overclock. You think that's enough to do it? I'm curious whether they kind of like play really aggressive or they kind of like allow them to come around this.
See what people decide what's canon and what's not. Yeah, exactly right, boo. All right, who's Goldfish? Not a bad push already. Oh, nice stick, lamp.
They just ping the tracer.
Okay, well that's an immortality field drawn out already. Now you probably play much more aggressively. Got to be a sound barrier here. Lep's gonna hold on to... Oh, okay, well, yep, gonna be forced to hold on to it. Apparently, Asruf. That's massive.
Damn, that's a really bad death by Lep. They were in such a good spot with the cycling of ultimates here, but then Lep dying kind of throws all that out the window.
Ariel doesn't get out of here alive. There's just no way they're able to. No Lucio. God, that is brutal stuff. And here we go. Who is Goldfish getting much more than we bargained for?
No, this is massive, right? I mean, you don't have like the Deadeye or anything, right? But you're going to have this Ant Matrix sound barrier available for FMCL to just get in position. But yeah, this is like kind of better than what I expected / kind of I think you would want to see for who is Goldfish.
Oh my god, this is a crazy push by Alp, I think.
In a very good spot.
They should still, yeah, they should still hold, but it's not going to feel good. The window could be really strong. Actually, I don't like that window at all. I don't like that. I would have preferred to see that window on the bridge because I feel like it's very easy for them to avoid it. Oh yeah, they just beat engaged. Goldfish just got fucking hit with a double-decker bus.
A Seeker went there with Lep to make sure. Now you got a decent vantage point to work with. This is Sojourn. And this should be it. Who is Goldfish? Unlikely to advance any further, but still, that's pretty good. 3 minutes 16.
I mean, what they
Isn't it tried the law stuff on YouTube with the like 3-episode Genesis thing? But it wasn't that was kind of like that wasn't high quality animation though, right? I think that was the thing, is it was like it was good animation, but like I don't think it ever really resonated. And maybe that's the thing, it was just like for it to be like such high quality, it's just too expensive. Because like people don't seem to care about, like I didn't read that stuff, but I'm also not a lore head.
Just like a pick from Seeker. I mean, he's been going back and forth.
I don't know, Liz, you watched it, right? What did you think of the Genesis thing?
I mean, a huge part of it is based off field, but Sojourn is safer.
Yeah.
Thought it was pretty good.
If you're like more invested in buying time and not staggering, then you might consider the Sojourn, especially if you can like
Slow trickling it, yeah. I think it had some pacing issues, right?
And also, like you could probably do more with an Ant Matrix there as well. Disrupt the shot is also relevant, I think.
Also, like animation is crazy. Yeah, like the animation that they do for the like Kiriko like animations and like those ones, I think they're just so expensive that they just can't be done consistently. I think sometimes a unique style can be more effective than traditional good style. Do you think Overwatch suffers from an issue that because of the ridiculous high quality of some of the cinematics, that anything below that is just kind of like considered subpar before it's even really considered the content within it? Like maybe people didn't watch it, they're like, it's not a real cinematic, I'm just not going to watch it, and I don't care.
I mean, what, you burn a minute off the clock here, right? Get it to 2. You win 1 fight.
Arcane Season 1 cost 90 million? Wait, really? That's fucking crazy.
1 fight. No, not now. But you win 1 fight, you know, right here at the castle, right? And then you're kind of like, you know, nearing OT, like last fight territory. Now, will you...
I like when they use in-game assets, yeah.
Unlikely. As Seeker just rounds the corner, takes somebody's head off, and then just kind of... All right.
Because it was advertised as something that was fun, but not mandatory. Yeah, I just didn't even, like, think about watching it.
That fight did take about 1 minute from spawn to capture for FMCL. So it's likely that FMCL, yeah, unless they win every fight here, they're going to be in overtime for like a lot.
There's a studio in London called The Line, and they can probably make a great Overwatch series, but it'll be extremely expensive. Yeah, that's kind of it, right? Yeah, and I guess that's kind of it from 10K, is like, that's like maybe the door that Microsoft opens up. Like if Overwatch ever gets successful enough that they're like, or like this is something that they want to add to what they have, like Microsoft, like they have such fuck you money, right, that they could do it. But the question is, would they ever? Right, and you know, it's one of those things, like let's say Microsoft wants to go into the streaming business, right? They want to pair it on with the Xbox Game Pass, this like animation stuff, like it would make sense in those worlds, right? We don't know what Microsoft has planned to do. Did Microsoft buy Blizzard Games just to add it to the repertoire on the Game Pass, or did they do it because they wanted to buy the IPs, right? Like they wanted the Warcraft IP, they wanted the Overwatch IP, the Diablo IP. We don't know what they want it for, right? Do they just want it for the gaming industry, or do they want to do more with it? We really don't have the answer to that question yet, right?
It's Renko. Decent one if you're going to get it. But you are not going to win this fight either. Ariel.
Yeah, like literally, or did they just buy it because it came with COD and King, right? Like that could be the more realistic answer. Maybe they don't even give a fuck about all those PC franchises. Maybe they just wanted COD and King.
Yeah, I mean, Who is Goldfish does have beat though, beat plus the reset ultimate. It'll be the continuing rush here from Renko. Oh, the stun. It's still going to be able to get out.
Seeker's got a good position.
Interesting. Oh, that rush is going to be a problem. I think the Orisa just dies for that, right? Yeah. Justice just going to fall over. Damn, dude. Who is Goldfish had a great push, but I think they kind of beefed their defense.
It's almost as if they didn't have to drag us through 25 minutes of Icavol to get this result, but here we are.
Think WoW money is part of the thing? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Game Pass has a WoW subscription set up in it at some point. What the fuck is King? King owns Candy Crush. Pretty much all you need to know.
Quite odd how FMCL feels like it just like turn it on at a moment's notice, right? And like, here we go. All right.
They're gonna leave Blizzard their own devices. They make good money. If not, Microsoft's gonna burn it down on money at all. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see them. Isn't it illegal? It would be illegal by Microsoft, right, to like burn it down, right? Because you can't buy something and then shelve it, right? Because that would actually be antitrust. They could liquidate it? Really? So there's not any like protections on like the thing? Obviously it wouldn't be good for them, but like over time.
Could have been an email, boys. Finally coming alive there at the end, and Who is Goldfish really unable to slow them down whatsoever. It's a good moment.
Interesting.
From Who is Goldfish, right? Here and there. Like they have to fight for control, but
surely they can. I feel like they would have to, like, obviously they beat that kind of stuff, but I guess you could just like do that.
Fantastic play from Dust as well. Hey. What does Hugo think? Let's get him in here. I want to hear his take on how does this affect Biz's legacy?
I didn't even know he was awake, and he just turned and.
Is that Hugo? Yo, Hugo!
Swiped out 6 years, folks. Is this the 7th? I've lost count anymore.
Yo, it's Hugo.
It doesn't matter. At least he doesn't bark every time I walk past, your door and go to the elevator. That used to be a whole experience.
Oh man, yeah, I know. Like, he's chilled out from those days.
I mean, I could troll Matt so hard by just going to the elevator.
Fucking Hugo, bro.
The KD, I think.
He can smell just like really just mean people from.
Imagine becoming a basic ass game like Candy Crush and becoming a millionaire, bro. They are way bigger than millionaires. Destroying the company is no more trust than acquiring and operating it. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's more just like I thought that there were like laws and like restrictions, or like when you acquire a competitor like that, are you allowed to literally just dismantle it? Obviously, it's your money and it's not beneficial, but for someone the size of Microsoft, I don't know. They'll probably just keep the lights on, obviously, right? They're not going to burn WoW or anything. And maybe they are just going to leave Blizzard to its own devices, but I guess the question that we were having is, are they going to try and allocate resources and time and money to making them better? Or are they just going to be like, yo, you're good. Keep up the great work. We're going to just take COD over here. Put it in our Game Pass. You want to watch me and apply? Nah, I'm just chilling right now, bro. I'm good. I'm just like, I'm half watching these games, though. I'm down another time, though. But this is the last map of the series, the day, anyway.
At the moment, but we feel like we're like the first team on the outside looking in, or however you want to rank them.
They should be knocking on that door. They should be.
Like you should like.
Bill Gates would be doing the world a favor by buying Candy Crush and shuttering it. Yeah. Fuck Space's Chunger's life. Not joining the Valiant Hunters. Hey, I'm always down. What? As I said, we're at the last hurdle.
Against a team like Who's Goldfish, obviously, putting together.
I think it'd be silly to stop things on WoW. Yeah. They did assign a new CEO to Blizzard, and they did just fast track the NetEase deal. So obviously they do care a bit about Blizz business. Yeah. It's also like, well, how much did they buy Blizz for? Activision. How many billions was it? 70? It was like 70 bill, right? It was a lot of fucking money. So they're obviously not just going to throw that shit in the bin. But Blizz probably announced about 5 billion of it. Wait, really? I guess, yeah, I guess like the Activision side and the King side. They eat up smaller companies, competitors, and slowly make them disappear. Yeah. Sell Candy Crush to fund an Overwatch show in the style of Arcane. 2 birds, 1 stone. That's true. Let's do that. That sounds good to me. Pitch it. Big conglomerates will buy smaller companies with patents, just fine. Yeah, I just don't think that I see how that works, but and I understand that like they do that a lot, but I don't think 70 billion is I guess that's the 5 billion aspect of it. Even 5 billion is a little ridiculous to just sort of like take to the farm upstate. Loading ready run made a reports on the merge. If you enjoy some comedy with the game, huh? I do like comedy with my news. I'm a big comedy news kind of guy. That's how I consume most of my news. Like I really like watching like Don Stewart and like Last Week Tonight with John Oliver and stuff like that. That's how I like consuming my news, because if it's not comedic, then I'll just cry. You know.
Goldfish. We know who they are. We know how they are. We don't know how far they can go just yet. It had to be a reverse sweep for them here, but
gotta have comedy to balance out the tragedy. Exactly.
Coming into our third map of the series, Colosseo will be the pick here, and we finally saw FMCL come alive in extra innings there on Arkenvolta. They looked absolutely dominant, Matt. Let's see if they can carry
extra innings. Yo, let's go, Mitch. Throwing in a cricket reference. Love it.
Before who is Goldfish coming up?
Or would that be baseball?
Seeker has been so good on the Sojourn at range, where I think Azrif has done a really nice job on the Cassidy at times, but I think Seeker with
baseball, why?
Combo at range has just been
yeah, extra innings would be a bit more baseball than cricket. God damn it, Mitch.
for him to just kind of like take control.
Innings is cricket, but I think it's a baseball reference.
Cassidy feels very limited, especially with
We do have innings in cricket as well.
Also a Life Weaver map. Also a Life Weaver map.
You know what?
Who's Goldfish wants to play it?
Custa, how does one get into cricket? You just watch it like anything else. As I said, I'm not a big defender of cricket. I think I defend cricket like most people in America defend baseball. It's not very interesting for the most part. It's a cool thing to have on the background, but for the most part, yeah, I've heard 2020's like been making a huge resurgence, and I haven't watched much 2020, but I used to enjoy Test cricket, but Test cricket literally goes over 5 days. It's hard to convince someone to watch 5 days worth of cricket. And you don't really watch 5 days worth of cricket. You just sort of keep it on in the background.
But with so much high ground here, can definitely make use of it. Those ant matrices have been devastating in the hands of both teams, I feel.
Put some chalk on and eat them, yeah.
This is just going to be kind of poking.
It's in USA for the World Cup. Wait, really?
You know, damage to the Sojourn, right? Let a rail shot build up as you see the Tracer Lucio Baptiste for both teams kind of like on the outside trying to work.
Cricket is ass, it doesn't evolve much. Yeah, well, as I said, I think 2020 was a step in the right direction.
Rail wasn't fully charged from Seeker, or it was some other damage that didn't quite clean that in the back. But that's kind of the protocol here. Get a good spear that sets up your Sojourn and hope that they have 100 charge at the time. Sometimes, though, you can just rush down. If someone gets caught out of position here, these side rooms are always so critical, and Mimone just wins the Tracer battle. Well, that's pretty sweet.
He get like a 3-on-3 on this outside spot by the glass, and then you just get like the Arisas and the Sojourn.
Oh, that Bap was not expecting that. Oh, Mimone.
That is picture perfect stuff.
Sick stuff.
He does not have the blinks to fight this. Wait, they don't have the blinks or the recall to fight this. But they got the team now, I guess. Oh, that was filthy. That was actually nasty. No, I didn't see the bit with Hugo. Where was the bit with Hugo?
As Biz recalled and tried to predict. Oh, nice shot there from Ezra. Tried to predict the Tracer in midair with a spear and missed by like an inch. I mean, that would have been.
Was it at the beginning of the set day? Oh, that would be EU.
A little exposed. I think he went upstairs to that high ground position to try and set up. So again, FMCL reminded that who is Goldfish are to be respected. Now we'll be back to a bit more of a neutral engagement here, but many flank angles.
Yeah, if you can find it for me, that'd be great.
Well, sometimes the Ant Matrix comes up at just the right time. Goldfish never knew what hit him. This is very clean stuff again, like just straight up ace here. Who's Goldfish? Struggle.
And they win these fights for FMCL with like, you know, limited to no investment, right? Ant Matrix done, fight win.
Wait, what happened with the Zim stuff? What do you mean they ruined the game?
Ground control, right? You deny this position from who is Goldfish, make them cross this and walk right into this.
Oh my beat. Lep's not gonna beat? Any beaters? Lep no beaters? Oh wow, that was crazy that no one died before that beat went down. They're not banned, they're mousetrapped, which is better.
You know how hard that is? Like, I mean, we just watched it from Seeker's POV and it looks so easy.
Zimmers started crying? Good. Fuck Zimmers, bro.
Teammates are keeping him up and just
fuck cheaters.
Players together and then also like nailing those shots. I mean, that is just crazy. The fact that they just make that look so easy.
The fact that they hold their ground, I mean, that's a lot of pressure.
Minus 428 before the game? Okay. We'll do it after this map.
Again, Renko caught, but it was a trade in the
Zimps.
Tracer available. Azref a little isolated, but area was too low. No Renko to keep him topped up. Still a checkpoint gained amidst that cacophony of fights.
Fuck is a Zim? Zim is people who you have like an attachment / add-on that allows you to use a mouse and keyboard on a console, but it still provides the aim assist because it believes you're still playing on a controller. So you're playing on mouse and keyboards with aim assist, essentially, and people do that on console, and that's like that they get very high ranked, and because obviously they're playing with a huge advantage. Fuck those guys, yeah.
Like a little bit of a switch up here at tank. Again, who is Goldfish? Trying to get like a strong tank, but there's just so many opportunities for FMCL to switch this. And this obviously requires you to go back to a reset, which just resets our little cycle.
Clearing things up, I like a T7. Oh, Seeker, that was an obnoxious peak to try that for that only.
Absolutely capitalizes on.
So now what I think that who is Goldfish needs to do, right, is like have like a player or two maybe.
I don't understand how it isn't easier to sense keyboard mouse on console, considering it only has octo diagonal movement. Obviously, it's hard. I don't think it's hard. I think it's hard to find a way for the bot or like a way for the program to recognize, like, guaranteed that it's someone using keyboard and mouse is, I think, the issue. Like, obviously, if you manually go look at it, people can probably, like, determine it. But the issue is that they can't have everyone go through all the games ever of anyone ever reported for being a Zimmer, right? They need to have, like, automatic means to be able to detect it.
Just a Ramatra. Dust very low. Goes into the Immortality field. Goes back to safety. Yeah, very unconvincing Sigma ultimate there. But FMCL are playing so dispersed anyway. It's very hard to get value. Overclock here for Seeker.
And they still have such a lead. Right? I mean, you know, 20 meters is a decent amount of time. Now you've lost Biz, right? So
that's true. I did hear that, right? Like, they were saying that, like, console, just, like, setting up any menus for console is just very difficult.
Nice for who is Goldfish if you at least got, like, checkpoint there, right? Getting the checkpoint would have been nice. Now they will match the Ramatra. So a rarity here today. We'll get a Ramatra mirror match.
Yeah, why aren't they playing Sombra? Orisa, sorry. Probably machine learn. As I said, they did something that figured it out because I think the Zimming community's been in shambles lately. Yeah, they're all complaining that they were getting got. I saw screenshots of their tears. It was satisfying.
Just like doubling down on the Tracer, helping Seeker complete those kills. So we're back to neutrality here. Speaking of which, net neutrality just won today. Big fan of that call.
And then at the end of the match, people don't remember / care anymore. Yeah, I think didn't Gavin speak about that? I believe in his video, or someone spoke about it in their video, where it's like the issue with reporting on console is people just like, it's so difficult to do that by the time the game ends, people just like, you can't do it mid-match. Natasha did. By the time you get to the end of the match, people are just like, I can't be bothered reporting them, or they forgot to report them because it's so difficult to do in match. It was Natasha. They want faster mid-match reporting. Yeah. That was something that they're trying to do for the defense matrix, right? Ooh, terrible window, terrible wall. Oh, that was a little aggressive, Biz. Good response onto my moan.
the Annihilation, though. This is about to get ugly. Ugly. Big damage from Azruf, though. Forces Ariel to put his dukes up defensively.
You good, Liz?
Getting to remove the Ramatra. They are awful low.
Oh!
Makes it hard to follow up and run over.
Oh! Oh!
Clean up there for who is Goldfish. Spend a bit for it. My moan, though, always good for one at least.
I mean, it's kind of double-edged sword. If it's too easy, I'm sure people will toxic and start reporting everyone. Yeah, but I wonder if that's something that, like... Blizzard manages. That it's, like, a report of someone who, like, reports, like, 3 people every match is just, like, their reports get ignored. You know? It's like, if you're reporting 3 people every match, you're probably not a reliable source of information. Surely it is, right? Because what's the...
In this like neutral fight, sometimes the Sojourn just pops ult.
Games already deal with too many reports? Yeah. Well, it's a huge problem with like, you know, like streamers and stuff like that, right? You know how they always talk about like people who are like streamers who just like mass report. Like people realize that if they get all their viewers to like mass report someone, they just like get banned.
Well, I tell a lie. Dust's gonna go for it here and we just have a disengage by FMCL. They don't want to fight this. And the ult gets turned off instantly because Dust has no one to slurp. Here's the Vortex. Over the top comes Seeker now. That overclock is in play in reverse, just floating in the air. Was an easy target. Nicely done by Azruf, at least able to answer Seeker, but the damage had already been done, Matt.
Your boy account has been set to the boy who cried wolf mode, actually.
Loss here for who is Goldfish, and it was about 30 seconds or so burnt off the clock from FMCL. So, no, 2 good things for FMCL. They also don't even have to push the bot like much further, right? Like they can either...
And they were going out in the spawn room and standing in a corner. Yeah, people have been saying that's become a big problem recently in Overwatch, right? That like botters are just like joining games and then AFKing. Oh shit, Ariel, that was really bad. That was actually so bad for them. Oh, Seeker's gonna die here as well. Actually, no, he'll be right.
That's like the biggest advantage that who is Goldfish could actually lean on now in these like non-symmetrical compositions. But there's an annihilation here for Ariel and a sound barrier.
Sound barrier annihilation, yeah.
Look, definitely not out of the question here for who is Goldfish. It's not too big a deficit. The problem is they don't have that first checkpoint yet, so they're going to have to win a couple of consecutive fights with plenty of push in between them. Mamon's always contesting. There's the Blizzard.
Did Ariel get out of it? Yeah, Ariel did get out of it. Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, it's Jova, chat.
Who is Goldfish are going to fall? And FMCL finally reminding us exactly why they are favored to go pretty far through this lower bracket. Dispatching a very fun team in FMCL. Fun as they are. Fortunately, the fun ends here for who is Goldfish.
So you said minus 48?
Yeah, and look, FMCL, they take care of business. I don't think there's anything, you know...
Oh my god, Hugo. GG FMCL.
Well, I mean, 6v6 had its great moments, right? It's a huge part of the history of Overwatch, but in the end, 5v5 is for the future, right? It's for the, you know, there's less tank players in the game. We got to have a game that represents the player base as it is, not as we want it to be. Yeah, Hugo, you know, I think you make a great point there. Actually, I can't really disagree. Having a high skill ceiling is crucial for the game to really be rewarding for even the best players. However, I think Overwatch is still plenty hard, right? There's still plenty of ways to show your skill and be the best even in 5v5. I gotta disagree with you there. You know, I think it is Overwatch. I think that constantly
oh my god,
changing strategies. We've seen it more and more.
The little like grouse snuff at the end.
Before in the history of Overwatch, that counter swapping is something I think that brings out more of the game than we normally get to see, especially in pro matches.
God, I have penguin toy that makes him like this.
Plus rather than a minus, Hugo. But thank you for your perspective. I thought your points were well made.
Just mocking every 6v6 person with a small dog is perfect, dude. They had it coming. Honestly, they had it coming. All right, chat. Oh, man. That's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun checking out OWCS. I'll be back again tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. Working out what I want to do. If you haven't checked out my new Clash video, I did upload my thoughts in a video up like that on my YouTube. Go check it out. I appreciate you all hanging out for me. It was fun chatting about random shit. Not a lot about the game, but just random shit. But it was fun watching the games as well. So, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have an amazing night. Appreciate you all. Have a good one.